What did you do for Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, bro, we just had fucking taco night, bro. Fucking Peporo or whatever the fuck. I can't even say it.
Where?
It's that fucking place on 23rd, bro. They have badass tacos, bro.
Like bomb ass tacos. We went to MX Lawn, dude. That fucking big event at the what is it,
Oh, the
Mechanical
convention.
Center. It
How
was
was
cool,
that?
man. It was nice. Everything was super fucking expensive, dude. Everything was stupid expensive, man. Like all the fucking equipment they were selling, everything was like $45, bro. It was wild. But I mean, overall, super pretty, nice colors, painting and all that stuff. Exciting times.
Fucking nice colors. It was nice colors. $50 though. Nice colors.
Yeah, fucking nice ass shoes, bro. Nice ass shoes. Fucking super expensive, but nice fucking shoes.
That's right, bro.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys fucking podcast. Woo! I'm here with Nico and David. What's up, my boys? Right now, Brian and Triggs are out there doing the daily grind, getting that money, hustling. $20 is $20 kind of things behind alleys and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. They're at their bars working. But yeah, what's up? It's good to see you all, man. David, Nico, how you guys doing this week, man?
Go for it, David.
Oh, well, we just had the podcast, bro, so we get to continue the conversation.
We get to continue the conversation for fucking Friday.
It's fucking great.
That's
we
awesome.
That shit too, bro.
Nico, that's a great fucking cup you have, dude.
Dude, come on, bro. Look at that fucking
That's so
con.
dope, man. That's so fucking dope. Killer con from outer
space. Where's the straw?
That's so dope.
Use straw.
Straw. Use a fucking straw.
Straw. You don't use fucking straws.
Me either, man. Me either.
Damn, a monster Stanley
man, you were taking on that straw a little too well earlier.
You just like made, fucking deep in the straw and shit like that. Yeah. Guys, how was your guys' week? David, how was your week, man?
Bro, it's been a pretty fun week. So I got the best customers, bro. Like, obviously I've been closed like the whole week, bro. Some dude messaged me like, "Hey, are you open?" I'm like, "Nah, I had a fire." He's like,
"Yeah, dude, right, cool."
He just put "okay, cool." Like that's it.
What the heck, dude? No care in the world. Be like, "Oh no, my place caught on fire. Oh, sucks to suck. Bye." What the heck, dude?
But I told them I'll be at United on the 11th for the May Star Wars May the 11th event or whatever.
Oh, that's right, boys. Happy May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th and all that other weird shit that everybody does. How did you guys? I celebrated by not putting shit up about Star Wars.
Oh shit, I did the opposite.
Yeah, because I talk Star Wars like all the other year, like every other fucking day. I'm a crazy fan of Star Wars. But what did you guys do?
Nick.
Oh, my turn? All right.
Yeah, Nico.
Honestly, dude, I didn't do a fucking thing. Yesterday, okay, so for example, like I think I was telling you before we jumped on, I actually bought a new motorcycle.
Oh, that yeah. And it looks badass, dude. It looks super dope. What kind of by chance do you have it on your Facebook? Like, did you post those pictures up?
No, not on my Facebook. I can do it right now.
Yeah, if you post it up right now, I'll screenshot that shit.
Hey, what the fuck? How much is Five Below paying, bro? You got a new van, a new
bro. He's got some dope motorcycles, bro.
Are there shortages going on, or what the fuck, bro?
Are they hiring a video guy? Jeez, they're hiring an advertisement, dude. What's up? Yeah, the bike that he posted up, he sent me a picture of it a little while ago, and I was like, damn, that's gorgeous, dude. That is so damn cool. I'm gonna look at it. Let me look at it.
That's my third one.
And it's your third bike, right?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and look it up right now.
Does it have a seatbelt?
No, David, I'm sorry. It doesn't have a seatbelt.
Does it have an AC?
Yeah, the world. Yeah, the entire fucking world, dude. Check him out, dude.
Damn.
That's a beautiful bike. What kind of bike is this?
That is a 2017 Honda Grom. It's a small little bike. It's a 125 cc's. So it doesn't go very fast, man. It just gets me to point A to point B. I really liked it because it has a lot of aftermarket like add-ons to whoever had this bike before, they knew exactly what they were doing. They lowered the bike, the back tire, they stretched it out a little bit. They put the white fenders that are in the middle. I don't know, they look like little shark fins, like shark gills. Yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah, that one and the one right above it. That right there. That alone is maybe like $250 add-ons.
Damn.
So yeah, and then
So
the exhaust.
this white part didn't come with the bike?
No, dude, no. You gotta buy that
Whoa.
separately. Yeah, and then the little exhaust that's over there in the back near the tire.
Yeah, this looks that looks like a third party.
Yeah, okay, that it's all carbon fiber, and the entire exhaust system alone is maybe about $500 to $600.
Badass.
So
Holy
so
shit.
the person who owned this bike, they took very good care of it, and
they knew what's up.
Yeah, dude, exactly. And I think it has like 2,600 miles or some shit like that. So it's fairly new.
How long have you been riding bikes and stuff?
I've been actual street legal bikes for the past 2-3 years.
Okay.
But before that, I used to ride a lot of dirt bikes when I was in high school.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
If you were gonna give advice to anyone that was barely getting into motorcycles, like in the sense of like maybe wanting to purchase one or wanting to practice on one, what would you tell them? Like, how would you tell them to come into it?
First off, I would tell them to figure out what they want. Do they want a cruiser? Do they want a sports bike? And honestly, I would not advise anyone to go higher than a 600cc as a starter.
Okay.
So realistically, I would say a 300cc and below would be a perfect starter bike. Now, I would not recommend it for you to buy it brand new though, because, dude, price tags on these things, even though they're small bikes, you're looking at anywhere between 45 to like 5,200 brand new off the showroom floor. You can get them on Facebook Marketplace for like maybe like 25, 28, maybe 3,200.
Oh, badass.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking cool, man. Well, congratulations on your third bike.
I got one question, Nick.
What's up?
I have one question, Nick. Do they have that bike for men?
Oh
my god.
Okay. I see where this is going. It's gonna be one of those podcasts. We're gonna start talking shit all of a sudden. Huh?
He's gonna be talking shit all day. I was all like, "Whoa, it's a bike."
You fucked
David's already all smashing.
I blame Chris for this shit.
Right? What did I do?
You blew up his head. That's the first thing you fucking did. Oh, dude, did you get a new haircut? Now you can see the shit, bro.
This is where that comes from, or what? It's spun from the haircut.
That's
pretty awesome.
That fucking cockiness right there.
That's fucking funny. Like, so for me, I got to go to MX Lawn, which is a big Mexican Latinx or Latino or celebration in the McAllen Convention Center. A lot of colors. Yeah, a lot of Mexican colors. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, it was super cool, super nice, fucking hyper expensive. Everything you thought about a convention should be. Yeah, it was really cool. We spent the entire day out there. They had fireworks. They had all that stuff. I don't know if you guys heard about this or MX Lawn is a pretty solid. Let me see if I can bring up their website or whatever.
No, I'm not going to lie. I've never heard of it. Is it really more of a convention or is it more of a festival?
It's more of a festival. Yeah, maybe that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess festival's a way easier way to put it. Me, I'm kind of slow. I like to just like put it out there in the sense like that it's like always a convention because it's at the convention center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had.
Go ahead, and
I'm assuming they had like live music and all that stuff. And
yeah, they had a bunch of shit going on. So this is their Facebook page. Real solid work, real colorful, and like I said, they had like a bunch of, this was the outdoor event center where they had live music going on all night. Okay. This is, of course, people putting up their videos. I don't know, this chick showing off some nails. I didn't even know they were doing nails at the event. Holy fuck, that's crazy. Music, outdoor music, more music, dancing horses.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then it started breakdancing. I think I saw it do a flare and a windmill. They had like on-spot painters. This guy was doing a beautiful mural, like right as soon as you walk into the convention center. That was gorgeous, man. Fireworks, you know how they do, try to like hide your dogs, hide your wives, they're raping everybody out here or whatever that guy used to say in the middle of the night. It was really, really cool, man. Beautiful art, of course, like, dancing, all that stuff. This,
honestly, that's one thing that a lot of people, I guess, they take for granted like the, I guess, Mexican culture or tradition, dude. If you go, we are very
Rich.
colorful. We are very vibrant, you know. And dude, we know how to fucking party, bro.
I 100% agree. So here was the video they released. I had a good friend of mine, Junior JR, that was there dressed up as One Punch Man Mexican, so we called him Juan Ponche. Yeah, like I said, it was just a lot of colorful. All of this stuff inside was very good. Of course, they had like if you've ever been to an event, a city event at the McAllen Convention Center, they'll have food all set up like right at the road outside of the convention center. Okay. Like right on that gap before you go into the lower level into like I guess the lake or McAllen Convention Center lake or whatever they call it. What do they call that thing? The pond or the water or the bathing center or people fish there. I don't know. They call it some shit. Turtle soup. Yeah, they had a bunch of food. A lot of shit was super expensive though, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's real crazy in the nature of this, but like, why are things so expensive nowadays at conventions? Brian, what's up, my dude? I see you, brother. I see you.
David, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, why are things so expensive, man?
Because fuck them, bro. That's why.
Because fuck them kids. That's why. Yeah, we were out there and I saw a dude selling like these kind of like cool shoes, right? They weren't like anything crazy. They were like Mexican designed. They had like that shit that they put like on the car seats in the lowrider cars, like that blanket that's like rainbow color.
Yeah,
they had that as a design of the shoe, and I told myself when I saw it, because I asked the dude, I was like, hey, those slips on are, like the prison shoes. They're like the fucking slide on shoes. The flats. I was like, hey man, how much are those shoes? They look pretty cool. And the guy was like, oh, they're like $55. And I was like, bitch, they ain't J's, dude. What are you talking about, my guy? Like what do you mean $55? And the sandals were 35 and they weren't very sharp. They're like shit you'd probably see at like the Walmart shoe section that would be like anywhere for like $25 maybe. Yeah, but this guy was riding high though, man. And in my mind, when we were leaving, I was with my friend Christella, Vanny. Shout out to Vanny, Nathan, and JR and Christella. I was with them at the event, just kind of enjoying ourselves or whatever. And yeah, man, we were noticing that everything's like really crazy expensive.
All right, can I jump on this one?
Yeah, dude, of course.
Okay, so I personally think when you go to a convention, we obviously all three of us were pretty familiar with going to conventions and stuff. Me and David, especially because we were vendors. So I guess it varies. Like me personally, it depends on how much they charged me to be there. So I'm trying to make up my revenue. I'm trying to make up my money back for the spot that they charged me, obviously. And then once I hit that, that's where my profit comes in. Okay, so I'm assuming these people are trying to hit whatever they paid. They're trying to get it as quick as possible, so that they don't go negative.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the thing is, obviously, if you get customers going to your booth or your table, yes, there's going to be certain ticket prices that are going to be high, but, you don't want to scare them away either. You want to show them some of the, the lower end stuff. The thing is for them not to leave your booth or your table without spending $1. They have to at least take something. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, those sandals or the slides that you're talking about, they maybe they were $55. But he could have easily said, you know what, bro? I do have some T-shirts, maybe for $20, $25. You want to check those out? Hey, I got some caps, some keychains, whatever. At least to kind of keep you there and hopefully at least get something out of you. That's the way I see it. As a vendor, that's the way I am. Yes, there are a few ticket items that are a little bit high price. That doesn't mean everything on my booth is going to be the exact same price, though. I don't want to scare you off. I do not want you to have the first thought, like, damn, this motherfucker, everything on his table.
Yeah, this fucker's expensive.
Yeah, and then they just walk away, You don't want that.
No, definitely not.
That, or at least justify why it's so expensive. Are they handmade? Did you personally stitch them? Did you do something? Are they customs?
Yeah, there has to be something about them, right?
Exactly. You got to justify why the price is so high. It's kind of like David. David has a lot of exclusive Grail pops. They're a little bit harder to find. That's why the price is what it is.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Like, it's crazy because this guy had like an inventory of these kind of shoes. I want to try to show you at least a picture so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Very close to like this style. I'll show it right now. Bang.
What did you put in the search bar?
Like this. I just typed in Latino style slip-on shoes. And that's it right there. Oh shit! Oh shit! We got Dell on the show.
Oh,
Dell,
now he
right
joined.
man.
Now
Tell
he
me,
joined.
man.
I've been fucking busy, and I have like multiple accounts, and I wasn't on this one. And all of a sudden, I
Nice.
see David and Chris hit me up like, "Oh shit, babe, let me go check real quick." I
What's
got
up,
time
Dell? Good
today.
to have you, my man. Good to have you, buddy. So right now we're talking about yesterday. I went to the MX Lawn Show and I saw this dude selling these kind of shoes, but I don't know if it was this brand or whatever. But he was selling them for 50. Right now, this dude, whoever this guy's online, selling for 89. But I don't know if there's like you said, like if it's like a branding thing or what. Because right here, these are 48, and I'm guessing like maybe shipping or whatever. I wouldn't think they were that expensive, but like you look at these and they're just the regular slip-on shoes. Like Walmart sells these for like $25 maybe, the slip-on styles.
Yeah.
And then you would think like they would just paint them on or whatever. But yeah, we went to a show yesterday, Dell, and it's pretty cool, man. Nice little, thing or whatever. Dell, what's been going on, man?
No, yesterday was my kid's first vendor show. I was telling David about it about 2 weeks ago.
How'd it go?
They did well. They made about $350.
Ooh, nice, dude.
I was like,
And where'd you
"Man,
guys
they're
have that one
proud."
at, or where would you guys at?
There was a local place here in Elsa. It was a kid entrepreneur thing. And it's funny
Oh,
how
that's
like,
cool.
the owner was like, "Hey, how long have you been doing this, and that?" I'm like, "Not much, honestly. I've done it one time or a couple of times, but with Whatnot, it's different because I'm just selling comics straight up. We set up a little booth. We sold toys, comics, Funkos, and purses and those little baggies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like we look more professional than we really were. I had like my logo's fucking missing here because I use it for that, and I still have it. And then so I went after that. I went straight to work, and right after work we went straight to the beach. And we got home
Damn.
about 4 in the morning, and I'm like, we woke up at like at 12. I've been tired, man. Today it's been a day, but like I told David, I'm always fucking busy. I'm always doing like right now. One of my other people that I work for is live. Usually I'm there and supporting them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me just hop on real quick. I owe the guys. I owe David another because I've always been. I duck him. Like it's like it happens, and we just changed our hours at work. We're closing at 10 o'clock now on Fridays and Saturdays. So before it was 8 o'clock, and now it's like I don't got time for shit.
Are you talking about the coffee shop or what?
Yeah,
How's the coffee shop going, dude?
it's good. He's got a big ass fucking order for coffee for the teacher appreciation week.
Oh, nice.
And I was setting that up and getting that in, and it's been fucking busy setting up different events and going here and going there. Um, and then I got my kids playing baseball, and so it's always something, man. I have time, like maybe once or twice a week, and then those times I want to take a nap, I catch up on anime or something, or
Yeah.
like on Wednesdays I gotta watch X-Men '97. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's
How
been
have
pretty
you?
good for
I believe we got to talk about that show last week, right?
Yeah.
Or David, we talked about it too on your show. Dell, how have you been liking X-Men 97? Like
It's-
being that you're like a comic book guy, like straight up like dicking down comic books, you know what I mean? Like you've been about that life. Like how have you been liking it?
it's an up and down situation. I know the part I loved was the nostalgia part. The whole they made Gambit look into a simp, which I hated that. Like, come on, man. I saw Magneto. He looked all right. He was as close to what was the trial of Magneto as possible. The hair was fucking different, but um, I give it a 7, a solid 7. Nostalgia wise, it gets in a 9. Story wise, about a 6. So I average it out at a 7, pretty much.
So you're like me, yeah, because I'm kind of like in the same format where I'm like, I think it's cool, but like it has changed from the old style of like the 97 show, and even from the comics. It's the old show was based on the comic books of that time, and I feel like this one is more based on like the Sword of X and all that story that's going on right now. Like I was talking to it, I think with David, we talked about this, and I was like, man, if they start bringing in like hardcore cloning and the fucking 5 mutants that can bring them back to life, and if they, I'm like, I'm done, bro. Like I'm not gonna care about it.
I don't think they're gonna do that because if you notice that Gambit said he keeps not Gambit, well yeah, Cable has been saying that every single time he tries to like intervene, it always they pulls him away. So there's no way for Gambit to come back. I'm assuming, And if they find a different way to bring it back, that'll be awesome. But I'm surprised Magneto was alive. I was like, that was pretty fucking cool. So the story's opening up. Real quick, the AOT on top of you. I just barely finished it off like a week ago. I
What'd
binge
you
watched
think?
the last season. What's that saying? You die as a hero, or you live long enough
Or
to
you
be
live long enough to be the fucking horrible villain.
yeah. So
Fucking Aaron Yeager's a fucking animal, man. What a dude, man. That whole movie, that Attack on Titan. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommended it when it dropped. Even when this fucking final episode, I told you guys it was crazy. Like the second season is the only one that kind of sucks because it gets real political. They got the court shit and all that stuff. But as soon as that shit's done, it pops right off, right back into the action, and there's no fucking slowing down. It's such a wild anime, dude. Such a wild anime. Well, good, man. I'm glad you fucking saw it. Rating? What would you give it?
Overall, a solid 9.
Beating X-Men 97, baby. Beating X-Men
I
97.
love anime right now more than a lot of shit. It's hard. I mean, the only thing that really gets me more pumped up than X-Men anime is DC stuff. I know I saw
DC.
the what's it called? The
Crisis.
It's coming out. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw.
I saw part 2 already.
Damn, don't tell me nothing. Just move on.
It's. I mean, David says this a lot. David, I'll quote his ass. He says DC does better animations than Marvel does, and he is not wrong. They just dropped the second Crisis, and it's pretty solid. Shout out. Well, asking you guys all together. I'll start with Nico. What are you guys watching when it comes to anime? Like, is there a specific anime you guys are like stuck on right now that you guys are watching? Something that you're digging? I mean, we like comic books, we like Marvel, we like DC, but like the Japanese culture has always been killing it, especially in the manga scene. Of course, the anime scenes too. Like, what are you guys watching when it comes to like anime?
Okay, so first off, my oldest son, he's 19. He goes to the UTRGV,
Nice.
and I try and keep in touch with him through anime. You know, we'll be at the dinner table and he'll be like, "Hey, Dad, you know, did you watch the new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever?"
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"No." And he'll be like, "All right, well, you want to, you know, sit down and watch it with me?" Yeah, man. You know, it's something
Nice.
like a father-son type thing, just kind of chill, watch it, and then we get to talk about it like during the dinner table, like, "Hey, so what do you think's gonna happen?" Stuff like that. So it keeps me like focused with him and have something to talk about, you know.
Badass.
But Jujutsu Kaisen for sure is one of them that we're watching. Invincible, we're watching that as well. But you cannot watch Jujutsu Kaisen and then go back and watch Invincible. The visually, Jujutsu Kaisen is eye candy, bro.
Dude, it's
I fucking
it's
love
so
that
good.
shit. And then if you go and you watch Invincible, don't get me wrong, it's a great fucking show, but visually it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, it's very much like, it's almost like going back and watching like the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, like the way it's like streamlined art. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah,
don't get
it's
me wrong, it's beautiful. I love it. It's a good story. You know, I'm stuck in it. But
Nice.
like visually, the visual effects on this shit, dude, that shit is fucking straight up eye candy for me.
Yep.
I'm a
hell
sucker for it. I love it. The illustration, the artwork on it, it's fucking beautiful. Even the fight scenes are fucking outrageous.
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
Like my favorite fight scene was the one with like right on like the second episode where Sukuna comes out of the main character.
Yeah.
And he like him and Gojo are fighting like on the rooftop, and Gojo's like dodging his ass. So damn, dude, I was like, when I saw that shit, I was like, all right, this anime is not gonna fuck around. Like it's coming, like it's heavy hitting all the way from the beginning.
Yeah, and then of course, Brian, I don't know if he's still in here. Dragon Ball Z Super, that was the shit. I fucking loved it.
Of course.
Once you got into what is it, the Tournament of Power and shit, like it was fucking outrageous. I love that. That was fucking mind blowing. I loved it.
Nice.
Animation wise, I'm trying to think of other shit that we've currently watched recently, but those are going to be the big ones. I'm not really into a Demon Slayer, bro.
Yo, let me ask all three of you guys if you've seen it. The Tournament of Power, Master Roshi has the heart attack, and Krillin tells Goku to save, or Krillin yells at Goku to save Roshi. Did you guys get teary-eyed?
No,
not at all for Master Roshi in the heart attack mode.
50-50.
Oh, dude, I was like choking, bro. I was like grown ass 43-year-old man crying for a fucking fake old guy, dude. I was freaking out, dude. I was like, oh my god, this can't be happening. Master Roshi with a heart attack? No way, dude. No way. That was dope. That Tournament of Power series is man, dude. It was baller, man. It was
I
super
fucking
baller.
loved it. That has to be hands down on Dragon Ball. That's one of the most epic fucking it's because it's got its flaws. I love Dragon Ball, but there was a lot of fillers in it, you know.
Yeah.
And then of course, like it's kind of like Naruto. Also, I fucking love Naruto Shippuden. I fucking love that shit. I've already seen it. I don't know how many fucking times I've seen it, countless times already.
But the
But
fillers
there are,
suck, dude.
yeah, the fillers, bro. I'm like
Yeah.
that one. I did get teary eyed for Jiraiya.
Jiraiya, yeah, of course, dude. Then when he fights Pain or whatever.
Dude, it's because dude, I'm sorry, but Jiraiya to me, I wish he was my sensei if I was into shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
he was a cool, perverse, but yet smart individual. Like, you know, I don't know. I thought he was one of the best characters out
He's
there.
a well-written character. Really well-written character. David, what about you, man? Anime-wise, I know that's kind of like, I think that's touchy.
So-
You don't really do too much anime, do you?
So I don't do too much anime, bro, but I'm rewatching fucking Digimon, bro.
Oh, I love that.
Fucking
100%,
Digimon is a
bro.
baller series, dude.
I
The
am
movie
rewatching
Digimon,
bro. Yeah.
dude, I wasn't really big. I mean, of course, it was like a cartoon on that would come up like after school and on the weekends on Saturdays. But when they dropped the first Digimon movie, dude, I was sold, bro. I've never not seen a movie from that studio ever again. They made Summer Wars, and then they made Belle the movie. So Belle was the recent one that they just released. It's a chick that's like singing and dancing on a whale. She wears like a red dress, and it's literally their version of Beauty and the Beast, and it's fucking good. It's super good. But Summer Wars is a great movie also if you haven't seen that one. Same studio from Digimon, but badass, dude.
Yeah, bro, Digimon,
Bad
bro.
fucking ass.
Me and Ashley just finished Fallout. I got her into The Last of Us, bro, and she cried on the first episode. Like
Oh,
with the fucking daughter and shit, bro. It was great.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna binge
Fucking
watch that one.
bawling out. That was fucking
Yeah.
funny, bro.
Dale,
Yeah,
have you
that
caught
does
up
sound
with?
like David.
Fallout, no.
No,
I'm gonna binge watch that. The thing is, it hurts. It sucks. I know we had a conversation on my podcast about would you rather binge watch or week by week. There's
Yeah.
certain things I think I would rather binge. Like, 'cause I want to watch that with my wife because she loves anime, but not too much.
But it's all out, dude. It came out the first day.
Oh, has it?
It's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on
I
Amazon
thought it was
Prime.
week by week.
No. It's on Amazon Prime. That shit dropped the whole. Amazon Prime is like, hey, fuck it. If you want to watch the whole thing, you watch it. I don't give a shit. You're gonna pay us anyways, boy. We're Amazon. You're gonna order from us anyways, dude.
Well,
Like,
the thing
Amazon
is,
does it
but
right, dude.
Invincible is week by week.
Week to week, yeah.
So that's why I
But-
assumed it was gonna be.
But I thought Invincible dropped they dropped the first half of the season, and then
Yeah.
it released the last 3 episodes individually. So like
They
that's
dropped
the one that
first-
kind of did that.
It was only 5 episodes, so you
Yeah.
dropped 2 episodes in the first one.
I thought it was
And
3.
then- now it was 2. We
Okay.
got to see back to back, and then we had to wait each one till so. That's why I was like assuming it was gonna be the same thing. And I've been trying to catch up on everything else. Like I'll put that in the back burner to
Mhm.
catch up because we gotta watch certain things on the podcast.
Mhm.
So like I'll wait. But anime wise, bro, there's a lot of good shit out there right now. There's one called Windbreakers. If y'all have Crunchyroll, check that out. Its premise pretty much is like a kid wanting to go to this other school and beat up everybody. They want to be the bully, but he finds out those bullies or their little gang protects the town and they beat each other up. So it's nothing but hand to hand. And so far, it's 4 episodes in.
Is it kind of like Tokyo Revengers or what?
Yeah. If you like
Okay.
Tokyo Revenge, that would be a good one. And then there's Kaiju number 8.
Oh, I heard about that one.
That one has been good. The story on this is a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of the weak guy gets powerful, whatever the hell. But the story behind it is pretty good. I'm also watching what's My Hero Academia. I'm watching it with my daughter because that's how he was saying he connects with his son. I connect with my daughter with My Hero Academia and my wife. They haven't seen season 5, so I'm waiting on them to see the new season. So we're rewatching that. And there's another one. The Time I Got Reincarnated Slime. I gotta rewatch that one. Misfit Furin was another one, and there was a cool one that was watched. Oh, no, is it that one? No.
Dude, I'm over here writing his recommendations down.
Yeah, like no.
Oh, Remonster. Another one is a Remonster. This guy, he gets reincarnated as a goblin, bro. He doesn't get reincarnated as a human. He gets reincarnated as a goblin. That one's a good fucking one. It's like there's some good shit coming out, and obviously Solo Leveling was a great one that came out recently.
So when this one Windbreaker anime, right?
Yeah.
It very much looks like Tokyo Revengers, which is called that style of clothing and stuff was called Botsuzoku.
Yeah.
And it's all the street gangs of like back in the 40s and 50s. Then it got a lot more bigger, and then it got outlawed with the Yakuza. But this looks like it's kind of like the same artist, isn't it? From Tokyo Revengers? Or a little bit different?
I haven't looked into it, but it looks similar.
It looks similar, but it's
the fight
different.
scene is pretty similar as well.
Pretty similar, right? Yeah, because it's all street kids, right? Street gangs in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you ever want to look up stuff, there's a TV show that I dig, which is called off the top of my head, what's it fucking called? And I just saw it. It's on Netflix. Oh, High and Low. Yeah, High and Low is a really good series that deals with that same type of like. It comes from an old manga, and this one is on Netflix. If you get a chance to watch it, watch the fuck out of it. It's like the Avengers. It's like Marvel's version of like gang fighting, dude. It's so good, man.
Watch it sub too because the words are like a little bit different, and the American version is all.
Yeah, it's kind of wonky, but it's so worth it, guys. If you get a chance, watch High and Low. It's so good. I recommend it to everybody. Same thing with that other one, which was the Hounds. What is the other one that I told you about, David?
Ooh, bro, fucking Bloodhounds, bro.
Bloodhounds.
Oh,
yeah, Bloodhounds
is great,
so
bro.
good. If you guys get a chance, go check them out. Super worth it. The fight scenes are super good. Like overall, super great. Yeah, I never heard of that Windbreaker one, and I'm gonna totally check it out. The one that I am caught up on right now that I'm really digging and I'm kind of checking out is Solo Leveling.
Oh, I finished that one. That was good. One.
Yes.
Fucking
that
Solo Leveling is so good. That one is based on. I don't know how to explain it. So it's based on a world that kind of like there's these people that kind of have special powers. I guess like mutants or whatever, but I don't know what they call them. What do they call the guys with special powers? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like off the top of my head. There's like a certain type of, and you get like, it's almost like My Hero. That there's a doctor that checks you out if you're gonna have the power or not. This guy gets checked. He doesn't really have it, or he does, but he's super low. He ends up dying, and when he dies, there's like certain type of stipulation where like it asks him if he wants to reset instead of die. And when he resets, like the god of that universe that's in that world gives him a chance. But it's like he's in an RPG. So like
you forgot, Chris. Like when the people get those powers, they say 1 through 10, right?
Yeah.
If you're born with a 3 power, whatever,
that's it.
That's all. That's it. You can't get higher. You can't get weaker. You got a 10, you're fucking set. This guy, when he reset, he has the ability to level up. Yeah. Which is completely different, and he
from everybody else.
Dude, it's
really fucking good. It's really fucking good. Highly recommended. The action sequences are fucking dope as shit. Like just fucking fantastic. And of course, I'm excited. My Hero Academia just came back yesterday. They're about to bring in my Woman Crush Wednesday, which is Stars and Stripes. Stars and Stripes entire arc is about to drop, and it's fucking good. Georgie, what is up, my dude? That's my fucking heifer right there. That's my boy right there. Good to see you, my man, in the comment section. But most definitely, which one?
They're gonna show Invincible Girl's like real body too.
Oh yeah, Invisible Girl. What's her name? I forgot her fucking name. But
my daughter.
I don't want to ruin anything for anybody that haven't seen it. But that's like when they do the whole busting thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to ruin it, because if you're a My Hero fan, you've always had the idea that there's someone in the squad that's not being honest and shit, and it's so good. My Hero is such a great series.
Talking about anime, and we have so much to watch, and everything's pretty good. And it sucks that Marvel and DC have these capabilities. Yeah, DC is coming out with some movies, but they're not coming out with shows like this. Like they have the ability to do this. They have the writers, they have the comics. Why don't they put money into this like Japan and east side of the world is doing? You know what I mean? Like they're making money. This is their way. If they can't make good movies, make great animation.
Yeah, of course.
DC, like I'm talking to y'all, like get your shit together. I'm wearing Batman, and I'm saying that like y'all are just fucking shit up.
I'm wearing FNAF, dude. Yeah, I'm wearing
that movie was crap, bro. Honestly, like the FNAF movie wasn't that great.
It was hard because Scott Kaufman has so many ideas that he's throwing out there, and for like the Scholastics books, like he can do some stuff, but it's like the new Goosebumps. But then the video
yeah.
game is different, and it's changed over the years that he wanted to adapt it. And then Steelwool came in, and Steelwool wanted to adapt their own story and have it collab and do all this stuff. But I think there was a lot of retconning, because what Scott Kaufman dealt with later on was he walked himself into a corner and he really couldn't work out of it. And he needed to do what Marvel did, which is like, oh, we're going to retcon this. And then it's like, oh, well, is there multiverses? Oh, is there different timelines? Like, you end up asking all those questions. So when the movie came out, I think he wanted to solidify the story through the movie a lot more. But it's hard, because how do you convey? Because one, it's like, okay, the story is about a bunch of kid spirits who possess robots. Okay, we've seen that before in a bunch, Puppet Master and all this other shit throughout the years, right? Mm-hmm. But like, it ends up being where like this guy, the villain of the story, is out there purposely trying his best to create some type of immortality for it. Like, he wants to create these. He doesn't want to create kids in costumes and killing people and stuff like that. He wants to find a way to be immortal and keep killing people. Like, but it's just, I think it's just a hard story for Scott Kaufman to write, because he doesn't have a lot of time for it as much. So,
well, did you see that movie with Nicolas Cage that's similar to it? Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
Dude, that was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun movie. I want to say it's like, I gave FNAF about a 6.5. I gave that one like about 7.5. So,
yeah. Okay. So the reason why that movie got created was because that studio had the rights. They were working with Scott Kaufman to make the movie, but what they wanted to do is they wanted to take the rights and then do their own story. They wanted to do what they did to like Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men way back in the day with the Fox universe. Like, they wanted to be able to buy all the assets and then do their own shit. And Scott Kaufman is like, he's very stickler about making sure all the stuff sits with the Easter eggs and the story and all the meetup. He's super about lore. So it would be like if they wanted to buy World of Warhammer, you know, to like how Amazon wants to buy Worldhammer, but like they want to write their own version of Warhammer. And the fans are going to be like, nah, fuck you. You're going to mess it up. Like, you want to bring in someone who knows the lore thick and thin. Like, that's just what it is. Because it's so technical. It's very fucking technical.
So in that sense, you don't think they would bring like Henry Cavill in?
Yeah, of course they're gonna bring in Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's the fucking biggest straw of that movie. But the problem is there's other people. In my opinion, that's what they're dealing with right now. If you guys know the Warhammer situation and the DIE or DEI situation, there's a lot of people that are integrating themselves into the Warhammer world, and they're trying to change things because they want it to be more inclusive to different things. They want like that was the big argument, is they want to make females custodians or how do you say them? Custodians? Yeah, custodies or something like that, which is like the knights that protect the emperor himself, like the emperor of mankind. Like and that's like the top elite of the guardsmen. That's like what Henry Cavill wants to be, the custodies. He wants to be one of those characters in the story. Which are like the elites of the characters. They're like the golden armor and all that shit. They're like right under the fucking king. And then of course you have like the ones that you see everywhere, like the Space Marines, which are the ones in the big blue outfits that everybody cosplays as. Like, those are their own fucking part of Warhammer that is, again, a bunch of badasses, because they're all like the Starship Trooper grunts. They're all the ones that are on the front lines of the battlefield. They have way cooler stories. But it's just that, yeah, like those are like the what are they called? The ones that you guys like play Dungeons and Dragons, right?
I do not.
Anybody like the fucking the guys in the RPGs that are like the knights characters, like the ones that have like the silver armor and they're about the emperors and the kingdom and all that stuff. You could be like a regular dude with a sword, but there's that character. You know what I mean? And that's what those guys are. So it's very important, because that's what happened with him on The Witcher. Oh, Dell took off. Paladins, yeah, actually you're right. Comic news correct. There you go. I got him back on. Dell, welcome back, Dell.
No, dude, I was logging into. I could stream to my audience. I just noticed that.
Yeah. No, you were doing good. So when he was on The Witcher,
yeah,
he was having in the second season or something like that, they were having disagreements because the director and the writers were trying to write in a bunch of different stuff, and Henry Cavill would voice his opinion. He'd be like, that's not right, that's not in the stories and stuff, and they'd be like, hey dude, shut it, bro, we don't care about what's in the stories, this is about us, this is about what we're doing. So my question to you guys off of that is, especially Del, because you're into the comic book scene and you're into that stuff.
Okay.
When you get people who come in and think they're bigger than these stories and these characters that have lasted history throughout the years, and they come in and they're like, well, the reason why this movie's going to be good is because I'm going to change it, I'm going to make it because I'm the writer, I'm the director. How do you feel about that?
I mean, the real quick, the answer to the question was Paladins.
Paladins,
And
yeah.
so what happened with The Rock and
Shazam too. Oof.
well, supposedly he tried to take over the whole situation with DC, right? With Warner Brothers, he tried to, like, I don't know what it was. He tried to overtake them, and he wanted to be control because he wanted to be. Oh, it's my name attached to it. Yeah, it did pull people, but once you watch it, I mean, I still enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't gonna be the same. It was too much of him. Like, I was like Venom was able to pull its own weight, not because of the actor, because of the name.
Mm.
Black Adam doesn't have much of a pull right now, and he tried to, like, okay, well, it's The Rock. I'm The Rock. I'm gonna pull all these people. He pulled a fraction of what he thought he was gonna pull, and obviously he didn't make so much money, and it bombed. There's certain characters that damn, they do real well. If you don't humble yourself and take criticism from somebody that knows or experience, you're bound to fail. Honestly, like, if Chris, you've done this way more than I have. You've done podcasting for what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, since a year before the coronavirus.
Okay, so see what I mean? I did it after. I would be stupid enough not to uh, listen to the advice you would give me. Hey, you check your mic, or this is not.
I'm not as
I
smart
mean,
as you think I am.
no,
Thank you.
It's not that, but it's what is it? Experience and knowledge are two different things. You
Yeah.
have the experience over me, right?
Yeah.
And I just because we're two different, like, I do this, you do that, does not mean we don't have we can relate. Like David over here, I'm a noob when it comes to pops. This fucker
Yes.
has a wall. Well, he had a whole place full of Funko Pops until they got destroyed and whatnot. But he still has knowledge. He has science shit. I was over here drooling on some lightsabers he had the other day. So when he talks about it, right, I want to be like, hey, I'm listening to him. Okay. And he goes, like, I have a price thingy for you. And like, I wanted to go, but he lives so fucking far away. So all I got was stickers and just put it there. Like, all right, whatever. But that's knowledge for the future. Like, you know what? Next time I should go over there and borrow it. Even though it might take me 30 minutes to get there, it leaves me like less of a headache when I'm pricing the stuff. Right. And, this is just us local. If people big like that do the same thing, like, oh, I know what I'm doing, and don't worry about it, they're bound to fail regardless. A lot of these writers are not comic people; they just get glimpses or read the Wikipedia of most of these
Yeah, the
characters, and like,
footnotes
oh,
or something.
I got it, I can do it, and obviously they're not fucking doing it correctly.
Correct.
I don't- and like Brandon said, like, Star Wars is a prime example where they're concerned with Brandon's a big Star Wars guy, and he's one of my followers. He's a great guy. He knows his shit, and when
May the 4th. Happy May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, Brandon.
I'm single them out, dude. Today they shared the meme of well, I shared it too, the Tres Amigos.
Yeah.
And they correlated the Cinco de Mayo. Like, dude, this is funny. Like, me as a Hispanic, do what you gotta do. You want to use this as an excuse to get drunk, do it. Don't use this as an excuse tomorrow when you can't make it to work.
Yeah, when you're cool. Yeah,
exactly.
when you're cool, don't make
get there.
excuses. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can drink all you want, but don't blame your crudo-ness on us, dude.
We can only meet you halfway there. But anyways, basically, it's just, I think throwing your name around will only do so much, right? If you're writing things, social media is a big thing nowadays. If the first two people watch it and they say it sucks, and they're on, they believe them, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to waste my money. It's so expensive to go anyways. I mean, the next movie I'm actually going to go is Deadpool and Wolverine, just because the nostalgia part. Even if it
Yeah.
sucks, I'm still gonna watch it because it's gonna be fun to watch, regardless.
Yeah, true that, true that. You know, it makes a lot of sense. Like Brandon came in and said, like Star Wars is a prime example. Like being in the sense of like I've told people before that when they did the first, I don't even know, the Force Awakens or what was the first one that came back?
The Force Awakens.
Was it the Force Awakens? Like when they did that and they showed what Mark Hamill, his character, fucking throw the lightsaber and all that shit. I was like, don't touch it. Just fucking leave it alone. Like you're gonna ruin it. You're gonna ruin it because I get it. A lot of people, even Freddie Prinze Jr. came out because he did the voice of one of the characters in the Rebels cartoon, and he brags about like, oh man, I got to sit with George Lucas and all that shit that you fans are doing. Like it's just making shit up because you're not a part of it. But it's like, well, look at how they treated Mark Hamill's character, Luke Skywalker. Like they destroyed his character based on the character's journey, the hero's journey. He alchemated to the idea of the hero. He made it all the way through, past the turmoil, got his father to return back to the light side, the Jedi side at the very end. Like he turned hearts, and then he was supposed to casually retire. If he has a downfall, that's fine. But the downfall usually comes from lack of how much you can do. It's just never enough. It's not the fact that you are just going to refail again. That's never the fact of the hero's journey. So that idea of him showing up to Ren's bed to like slay him with his lightsaber and turn his eyes all red for no reason, like that is dumb. I was going to say another word, stupid fucking writing for that character because it doesn't make sense. He literally was in front of the most evilest person in the universe. And even in that factor, he was able to kind of stand his ground, right? Which was the Emperor and his father, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. Two most evilest people in the world. Literally the two biggest Jedis. The Emperor even had to come back in the last movie because he's such a good villain. And you're going to say that this like apparently like 19-year-old nephew who just like had a bad dream is going to be the person that's like the thing that's going to flip this dude out? Like he's going to be, it didn't make any sense. It did not make any sense. But that was, of course, J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson saying, hey, you know what? Like we know Star Wars and we know what the fans want, but we're going to do the complete opposite for to be edgy or to be like, oh, woe is us. Look at what we're going to do. Look at all the craziness that's going to ensue with this or whatever. And they fucked it up. All they had to do was land the fucking land. All they had to do was land the landing or whatever they call it. Like all they had to do was hit the landing. That's all they had to do with the last three movies. You know, if they wanted to introduce new characters, concentrate on the new characters. Leave the old characters casually where they are. You can implement them in, but don't fucking try to rewrite who they are as characters. Fucking Princess Leia flying through space. Like, you can't tell me you saw that shit and you were like, oh my God, that's so fucking Jedi. You would look at it and you were like, what the fuck is this? You cannot tell me, as Star Wars fans, don't even bullshit me. When you saw that, you laughed. All of you laughed. All of you fucking laughed. There's no hiding this. And I wasn't even there with you. And I know you guys laughed because we all thought that was a fucking joke. Right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get canceled after this show. Shit.
You're gonna get canceled.
Bro.
And you know what? We're not the only ones. Everyone laughed. The only ones that didn't laugh were people who didn't know Star Wars. The only ones are the posers, the ones that walk in and say like, no, it's amazing. And they've never invested time into understanding the series. They've never invested their lives into the IP. They never cared about it. They only care about it for that moment to put on their social media or to have some kind of like value for themselves, only themselves. And that's what's going on with a lot of this is that we've, I guess, like folded to the idea that, oh, everyone has a voice in this. And it's like, everyone does. Everyone deserves to be fans of the IPs. But don't come in and try to change it because you don't like it, but it's been here. Imagine Dragon Ball Z, right? Imagine Vegeta, the one character that is always inadequate to be the main leader, but always the second best. Always second best to Goku. Just in story, because we know that Goku is the main character of the entire story. I'm a Vegeta fan, but just as much as I'm a Wolverine fan. But how would you feel if they were to do a new Dragon Ball Z series and they call it Dragon Ball Z, a retelling of the Z story? but they do to Vegeta what they did to Wolverine in the new series of 97.
Oh, dude.
You would kill somebody. You'd murder a motherfucker. I'm not saying you would, but you would. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense for them to be like, hey, you know what? A lot of us growing up, we loved Wolverine. You know what I mean? But none of us were like, man, dude, I really wish I was 5'3", super hairy, and an asshole. You know what I mean? No, we didn't think that. We just thought he was cool because he was like a dude. He was like out there doing action stuff and had cool weapons in his hands. Like, that's it. Like, it wasn't about me needing to see myself. Yeah, fuck, you don't gotta go that far, dude. Look, I got my fucking Wolverine 97 tattoo from like years ago. You know what I mean? Look, I got my tattoo from years ago.
I got hairy arms.
Yeah, he got hairy arms.
I got
Wolverine. I know dudes with long sideburns that just do that. I know guys with weird haircuts, bro. And it's because of the way the character was written and done back then that he was such an anti-hero that we just thought he was cool.
Yeah.
But this series, you can look, they fucking nutted him bad, bro. They cut his nuts off the whole show, dude. He's just there hanging out. He's there cucking all over Jean Grey. There's two of them. He can't score one. He does score one, and then he says, no, that's not right. Like, what the fuck is going? Dude, Wolverine back in the day banged everything. He banged everything. I don't think he's banging Morph, though, but now I do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just, ugh.
Hey, Chris, so there's a question for you, or Elizabeth brought up a point right there.
Yeah.
You should address that one real quick.
What is it? What's your question?
It's hers. He says Leah had a Jedi driver's license for Force Awakens, though, and honestly, it was a good add-on for the game.
Princess Leia had a Jedi driver's license for The Force Awakens? What does that mean, though? What does that mean?
She was able to drive. She learned how to drive. They taught her how to drive. And Brandon, that's the reason we're laughing at, because she was doing all this extra stuff, like she was acting more of a princess, and she was acting like a Jedi more. Download.
No, it's not driver's license. It's download.
Download.
She had a firmware update.
But
I thought this was Back to the Future for a minute, bro.
Yeah, that's Apple Vision in the Jedi universe, bro. She just got to download. Yeah, because why the fuck not? And then they had to make a whole episode of her like, nah, this is what it was. Look, she was training the whole time. You didn't know. Remember, they had to write that shit in later.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I fucking hate. Don't you hate that shit? Where like there was never an idea of that ever going on, and then like they're like, yeah, it is. Look, we put it in the movie, and they just add that shit in the movie for no reason. But you know what? I'm gonna cut him some slack. You would assume that after like the death of Darth Vader and all of that whole like craziness that ensued, that Luke wanting to start the new Jedi Academy would assume that Leia would have some type of like Jedi powers, especially with them having some type of connection. They did show that in the old movie where like he could feel Leia out in the universe. Same thing with Solo, right? With Han, he could feel him out there somewhere. Like they need help. So you would associate that even Han would have some type of ability, which is a lot of people believe that because of the way he could fucking maneuver the Millennium Falcon, that he was so focused. And then, of course, the Star Wars universe with all its grandeur and intelligence was like, yo, let's make a Solo movie. And they fucked all that up. They fucked all that up. They really did. The reason why people are good at flying the fucking Millennium Falcon is because there's a feminist robot inside of it. That's it. Remember the robot that was in love with Lando? They put that character in the machine, and now she's the AI of the Millennium Falcon. So remember back in the day when we were growing up, and everybody would be like, "Whoa, who's that pilot? They're so good." In the movie, at the very end of Solo, the robot, the AI that's in it, maps out the entire course for that race that he did, and then he cheated. He cut through the part of the race you're not supposed to go through. He cut through the middle of it. He didn't even do it right. So he didn't do it correctly. The whole thing that he brags about in the Star Wars series, like he cheated. So when they're like, oh, he did it, it's a parsec or some shit like that, right? I forgot what it is. You remember the parcel or something? You remember, right? He's like that. He did it in like 12 seconds or whatever. Everybody else did it in like 15. But it's because in the movie it breaks and he goes through the fucking where the monster is. So he doesn't do the trail that everyone else did. He fucking Cruising USA that shit or Mario Karted that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, the movie literally fucked up a lot of stuff in the Solo series. It really did. And the one thing to me that fucked it up, which I think it was cool too. I'm not going to say that it was a huge fuck up because I was like, oh, that's actually really cool now. That makes sense. Is in every movie when like Han flew, when Rey flew, when Luke flew the Millennium Falcon, everyone was like, oh my God, that pilot is so amazing. How did they do that? And Han Solo's movie showed that it's not the pilot by himself. There's an AI inside of it that actually cares about the pilots that are in it and wants to save them. So none of them, it had nothing to do about the Jedi skill. It was all based on that fucking AI. So I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Like if that's the way they want to go, that's the way they want to go. Other than that, they never show that Solo has any kind of power, right?
No, sir. It was the Force. Okay.
Yeah, the Force.
Watch out. Elizabeth is here and she's correcting everything we fucking say wrong.
I know, Elizabeth's good. Yeah, Beth is good. But yeah, that's super fucking crazy. As a matter of fact, talking about these people that come in and change IPs, I know we talked about Henry Cavill, but there is one of them that I do want to bring up because it fucking peeved me so fucking hard. It fucked me up when it came out. But yeah, Chris Helmsworth this past week came out and took the fucking blame for Thor: Love and Thunder by saying that, oh, it's because I got carried away with my improv and all of this stuff. And, you know, he had bigger balls than Taika Waititi because Taika Waititi blamed everyone else. And Taika Waititi is like a dumb motherfucker, man. I ain't going to lie. So I know there's people out there that are fans of him, and I appreciate his art as a director for his IPs and his stuff that he creates. But, man, did he fuck up Thor: Love and Thunder. And he even told the fans, like the ones that would troll him and pick on him, he was like, watch me ruin your IP that you love. Watch me do this shit.
Did he also say that he did it for a check to feed his family? Or
yeah,
he had a baby?
What was it? He was saying that he was like, oh, I needed the money. Yeah. I needed the money. Dude, that guy has cash, bro. Like that guy, his movies at that time were making good money, and Thor Ragnarok made a fuckload of money. Thor Ragnarok made a dumb amount of money, and it deserved it too. Thor Ragnarok was fantastic. He really did good. I liked it for what he did. The only thing that I didn't like is I knew that they weren't going to be able to do a Planet Hulk and World War Hulk storyline. That's it. That's the only thing I hate. But again, Universal owns the rights to Hulk. Did I ever think we were going to get a chance for that? No. But yeah, they ruined it by giving it to Thor. Yeah. Look at Dell. Look at Dell. Dell knows. Look at Dell. Dell's so disappointed in knowing that.
I was reading the comments, and like she's one of the few people. Like, yeah, of course you're one of the.
Nico
people.
too. Look at Nico, so disappointed when I said that too, because he knows too. It was a great movie, but they gave the whole fucking story to Thor, dude.
What's up, Miguel? Bro, what? Look at that. Hey, did you see the fucking what's it called? Middle Bill as a statue? I think it was in the. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted him to show. I was thinking. My whole thought, I think we talked about it right before it came out on the show.
Miguel, good to see you.
I was assuming that the Thor corpse was going to come out, right? Yeah. And I'm like, fuck yeah! I think Hercules was part of the Thor corpse at 1.2. I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of possibilities for a lot of characters, but no, they just used that, and then they had like the whole fight with Thor and Hulk. It was funny, it was good, but it was supposed to be a lot more. And the way you introduced all these other characters, I'm like, man. They cheated us out of like a whole.
They really did, man. Even the idea to land the Warbound characters, like the Warbound characters, Meek and Korg, like they really play a huge part of the Planet Hulk, World War Hulk storyline. Yep. I mean, if you guys have read the comic, you know how big Meek's character is.
Yep.
Like you know where Meek's character stands on the whole thing, and then you have, of course, the breakdown of Hulk coming through and fucking up the Illuminati. Creating the Gladiator, the thing, even like fuck Kevin Feige for this, but he was like, nah, we're never gonna work with the Inhumans. The Inhumans are stupid, and it's like, bro, like, well, good luck, bitch, because that's like, Dell, you can quote me on this. Nico, you can quote me on this too. David, I know you read comic books, but I don't know how like thorough you are at it. One of the greatest panels in comic book history, in my opinion, is the "I did not come here to hear you whisper. I came to hear you scream" panel.
When he goes to destroy, yes. And then
that is one of the most best panels written ever in comic book history. One of the best. And then it leads up to him holding Inhuman Black Bolt by the head in front of all the people in fucking Manhattan Square or whatever the fuck it is, New York Times or whatever the fuck. But those two pieces of panels were probably the greatest panels in comic book history in the last 10 years. My opinion. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but like that, I did not come to hear you whisper. I came to hear you scream. Everyone at that time, we were still coming off of the idea of like the Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Watch. We knew Black Bolt's voice was super crazy.
Yeah.
So for Hulk to take it, get hit with it, and then come right back was equivalent to when Black Bolt did it to Thanos, like right in the face. And it didn't even move him. Like those are parts you're never going to forget in comic book history. Like those panels as readers. And we're never going to get that. We're never going to get that in time, in live action.
The part of that panel, you're forgetting the smoke, right? You think, oh, it's over. And he goes, they think it's over. And all of a sudden they see him in the background. Like,
yeah, like he stands up on the moon, right?
Dude, it's fucking awesome. Like,
but the jump when he's like jumping at him and shit. Like it's the best, bro. It's the best. That's the equivalent, and you guys can quote me on this too, because you know I know my shit. Thor and Hyperion at the ending of time fighting the Beyonders.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? At the ending of what is it? Avengers.
Right.
Not too much talk with Tantini. At the end of the Avengers series, right before Secret Wars, it's Thor and Hyperion, and he says, today we're gonna die, brother. And he says like something like save me a drink, or you know what, we'll share it together in Valhalla or whatever. And then they're like boom, and then it's like it says in a clash of thunder and a sound of lightning, two gods fell that day. Like we're not gonna get that in Secret Wars. There's no fucking way we're going to get that. It's going to be Captain Marvel and like Miss Marvel to Kamala Khan, or it's going to be two stupid fucking characters. You watch, you 100%. It's going to be the chick. What's her name? Echo. It's going to be Echo. It's going to be Echo. She's going to be the fucking Phoenix Force, dude. Mark my words.
Bro, you're talking about that. They had a great character with America Chavez, right? And I backed her up because of her this city. But what did they do with her?
They
Nothing.
fucked her up. They fucked her up.
Oh my god,
dude,
bro.
she was really good in the not the Illuminati series. What was it? It was where she was with Blue Marvel. She was with Captain Blue Marvel, Carol Danvers. Yeah, America Chavez was part of it. I forgot the series, but that was a really great. They cured Galactus's hunger on the first comic. Like that's all I remember. Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
No, I have to look it up. You do.
Yeah, it was a really great one. But one of my favorite characters, like hands down, is Blue Marvel and Hyperion. They're my two favorite characters. They're like the Superman versions of the comic books. And I think Blue Marvel's a great character for them to do. I think it's a great.
I don't think he's ever gonna be in Marvel. Well, not right now. He's way too OP.
Yeah, but yeah, he was one of my favorite characters. I didn't even think they were gonna do the Sentry. I still don't think they're gonna do the Sentry for fucking Thunderbolts. But yeah, I digress. But yeah, going back to what we were originally talking about, I know Dell's gonna look up the comic book real quick. It was a team that they had together. I just can't remember the team. So Helmsworth takes the blame and stands on his accountability for Taika Waititi. And that's kind of like my biggest concern is we did not have Taika Waititi stand on business and say, hey, well, you know what? I messed up. I was very loose about this series and it deserved a lot more. I mean, this guy found a way to try to make cancer funny.
The Ultimates, right?
The Ultimates. There you go. That was a short-lived series because, like, the first episode is like Attack on Titan. Like they cured Galactus's hunger in the first episode. It's like, what are you gonna do past that, dude? Like, what are you gonna do past that? Like, that's a hard fucking thing to sell as a first starting of an arc. But yeah, going back, I'm a big fan, and I'm gonna show you guys. Right behind me is, watch this. How silly is this? How silly. Let me see. I'm gonna go zoom out. Am I zooming in? No, man. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, on this side right here, I have I'm gonna see if I can turn this. My big ass fucking poster I spent money on because I'm a big Jane Foster Thor storyline. Oh, which is the Love and Thunder storyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought at that time people fucking hated me, dude. Hated me because I stood on business for that series. But I thought it was good. Del, you remember during the comic book times, right? During that line, people were like, nah, fuck Jane Foster. Why is she Thor? Why are they naming a chick Thor? You can't do it. There was a whole bunch of backlash.
Honestly, no. On my side, it wasn't too much of a backlash. Honestly, the people that I know, they were more like, "Hey, first appearance of Chain Thunder, we're gonna study these comics." So they're all about money. They didn't care about.
Money. First
Yeah, so
episode.
there was like, it was still like right after the whole second movie of Venom, where the book brought the value up and then brought it straight back down.
They should
And Jane Thor was still bringing it up a little bit. Shit, I sold a blank of Jane Thor, number one, and a 9.8 slab for $300, and that was right now that's like a $60 book slab at the same thing. So
Oh shit.
I was still like, all right, I'm gonna push anything that I have a Jane Thor. I have her first appearance or second appearance, first time getting the forgot the name of the hammer. I had all that, and I was selling it on one night. Boom, boom, boom. That was selling like hotcakes. Nobody cared about it. They were just about the money.
Yeah.
Now that nobody's making money about anything, they care about what the situation is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're more focused on it. Like honestly, that's what it is. I have time to complain about certain things now because I'm not making money off of it. That's what like it's distracting me. It's a bad thing. I don't want to say I'm a hypocrite, but that's the situation. Like I don't care if it's the first because I'm still making money off of it. So it's still a positive for me. Now it's double negative because I'm not making money, and it's like, damn, this character, they shouldn't have done this with that character. She had potential. In the comics, she was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they kind of like
they fucked it. Taika Waititi fucking dropped it so bad. So like even on that, like just mentioning that this person who thought they were bigger than this character and bigger than its history that's been embedded in these people's like lives, people that collect this stuff. On one situational environment that this guy was like, you know, it'd be real funny is if I fucked this movie up. Like, and then he ruins a bunch of people's lives, even in the collectors' lives, even in the sellers' life and the vendors' lives. Isn't that crazy?
I hate the fact that they do it because their main fucking argument is like, oh, it's a fake person, it's a make believe person. This is the thing is we have real life problems, right? This was our way to get away from the real life problems and to be, distracted with bullshit. Like, oh, this is our happiness. You're literally crapping on our happiness because you're fucking disgruntled. Like, fuck you. Like, damn, we can't just give us one thing. We're gonna put money into it. We're gonna feed your family if you do good. Why won't you just put an effort into it? Like, fuck.
Nico, what about you, man? Were you a pretty big fan of the Love and Thunder series or the Ragnarok series? Taika Waititi as a director?
No, first off, we just saw this movie recently. Also, I had already seen it when I was in the refineries. We went to go see it in the theater. I was fucking hyped. I was pumped for it.
Are you talking about Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, we went over the. Well, I was working at the time in Houston in the refineries. So me and my roommates, we went to go check it out. And yeah, dude, oh my God, I was so fucking excited. I came out of that fucking theater pissed off. I came out fucking upset, dude. I was like, this was fucking garbage. Like, don't get me wrong, every single Thor movie except for Ragnarok, I thought was crap.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
To be honest, all their Thor movies, they suck ass. But Love and Thunder has to be the worst one, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, even I think right now, other than the Marvels, it's like the worst Marvel movie ever.
So I fucking hated it. Once I left the theater, I was fucking pissed. I was really upset. And it goes back to what you said. And actually, we had a discussion, you and I, after the podcast about 2 weeks ago, that people, they get directors that they don't know too much about the series or the comic books, the characters. Yeah. It's like Del said, they read a small little Wikipedia page about the character and they feel that they have the insight, like, oh, I know exactly where this character is going. I know more or less what the storyline is going to be. And then they just go on and they do their own fucking thing. I'm not expecting them to follow directly to the T on the comic books. I'm not expecting that. Hey, it's cool if you're following the comic and then all of a sudden you throw me a little curveball that I'm not expecting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. But don't fuck up our characters like Dale was saying. Like, we invest. Respect. Yeah, we invest in time in these characters. We love these characters. We grew up with some of these characters, and it's like me. I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, and it goes back to that. Like, I really wanted The Last Ronin to be fucking like a rated R fucking film, and I was pushing, and then when supposedly that there's a possibility of it being a rated R film now, I'm fucking thrilled. I'm excited. I'm just hoping they don't fucking crap on it, you know.
They're gonna
But
crap on it.
I hope they don't, man. I really hope they don't.
I'm gonna be the first negative Nancy and be like, no,
Just put that
no,
person.
you're gonna screw it.
Yeah. So no, but like going back to what we were talking about, like, you know, it feels like you have all this money. Marvel can do so much, Disney can do so much, and yet it's like, dude, why are you taking small shortcuts? Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
want the story to be good, and then they bitch because, oh, you know, the movie didn't make what we were expecting. Well, motherfuckers, if you actually invested good time and effort into this fucking thing, and we were happy with what we were getting, yeah,
You'll get that turnaround.
yeah, you'll get that turnaround. But if you fucking shit on it, you know, and people are upset, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, unfortunately, I have a life. I go to work. I cannot see midnight premieres that often.
Yeah.
You know, it's very rare. So I take the word of my fellow friends, you know, like my fellow nerds, my fellow geeks, like, hey, man, nah, dude, I went to go see it. It fucking sucked, bro. And that alone, if I really believe this guy, I'm like, damn, well, I'll question it. What is it, or what was it that sold you to say that, hey, it sucked? And then they'll kind of tell you, and you're like, you know what, fuck that, I ain't gonna watch it. You know, like, if that's the case, I'll just wait till it goes to Disney Plus and just watch it there, like,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And you know what's even weirder than that is I remember, I don't know if you guys can tell me what film it was, but I remember them telling people on the set and people that were going to be acting, like, don't read the comic books. Like, don't read the comic that this movie is about. Like, I want you to come in and I don't want you to be inspired by that. Like, I want you to come in fresh and do it your way. And I think that happened during She-Hulk. I want to say that was She-Hulk. And look at Dale's face right when it said She-Hulk.
I think it was earlier than that. Like, She-Hulk, by definition, it is like the comics, the sensational Hulk. But everyone is the savage She-Hulk, not the sensational, because there's two different She-Hulks right there.
Yeah.
And I think they overdid it with the whole feminist part. Like, yeah, it's a female character, but it was still made for guys. Yeah, kind of made for females, but basically for the guys, because she was still a homie, right? She was still like one of our homies, and we supported her. We would have supported her. It wasn't so pushed. Like, why don't you focus on the story? The villain sucked. The whole way you beat him sucked. Megan Thee Stallion part sucked. Now she's getting sued. How about that, guys? Now you put a person that sucks onto the show. Man, fuck that shit. I mean, and then I saw a rumor. Of her being mad that Ryan Reynolds is not going to put pieces of She-Hulk into the movie, which I saw that recently. I'm like, I hope it's true. Like, Ryan doesn't want to bullshit.
I'm sorry, Dale, but that goes exactly that same fucking reaction that Dale just gave right now.
Yeah,
that
dude.
He's talking about it, and then he just got fucking pissed, and like, you know, like that shows our true dedication, our true feelings of these characters. Yeah. Like, you know, like, that's how bad we took it. We're like, man, you fucking shit on a really good character that we were expecting good results out of. I really had high hopes for Scar, bro, and then I see him with a little man bun and shit and all this other crap. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
That was uglier than an Edgar haircut from the 956, bro. What the fuck was that shit? Oh my god! But I mean, I did like the part where she was fucking Daredevil, right? That was a cool part.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal from the comic book character. But you know what? You know what's really fucking silly, though? Like, there was like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago where the people creating or writing the She-Hulk storyline were like, well, fuck that. Our Hulk, She-Hulk, is going to be bigger and stronger and better than the Hulk. Fuck all that tiny, womanizing, sexy-looking She-Hulk shit. We're going to make her a fucking behemoth. And you remember that shit. They made her fucking huge. She's like fucking picking up Thor and holding him. And there was like, they're kissing and there's all this weird shit. And then they made her a fucking Black Widow. They call her like the Red Sasquatch. I don't know what the fuck they did. They made her stupid as fuck. And then they fucking turn their shit and they make She-Hulk sexy again for the TV show. Remember, that was them standing on their fucking business, switching the entire comic book line and being like, nah, She-Hulk's got to be big, brute, and ugly because she's an ogre also. So we need equal fucking opportunities to be a Hulk. And the moment they had the opportunity to make it a live action, they didn't choose no fucking China looking chick. They chose a sexy little girl, little chick that's like tiny and petite. And then when they switch her into fucking She-Hulk, she's all hardcore and she's all twerking and she's all doing all this shit. Where the fuck was all the whole like, well, we're not doing the sex appeal stuff? Where was that?
Yo, I'm sorry, man, but the comic menu, bro, he's at this point he's trolling us.
Oh, that's Dell.
That's
Dell,
Dell, bro.
That's Dell, yeah.
That's Dell on the phone on one hand, bro.
That's Dell's face.
Dell
So what
like
Dell in the
accounts,
comic
bro.
menu are telling us is that we got 8 days to suspend our Netflix license. Is that what you're telling us?
Pretty
Is that
much.
what you're telling us?
I haven't seen it. I'm actually gonna watch it. I want to see exactly what the bullshit was. I'm gonna say what's.
I'm gonna watch it with Chris, bro.
You're gonna watch it what?
I'm gonna watch it with you.
Fuck, I ain't watching that shit, dude. Fuck, no, I'm not gonna watch that. If I do it, I'm gonna fire stick it. I'm gonna go buy it at the Pirata place, the Pulga, and I'm gonna let Marvel know I bought the Pirata version, dude.
But you know what? What the worst part of that show, other than them, they had a little fight scene with Hulk, right? And they made Hulk weaker again. It was that they showed Abomination for what, one episode, and then that's it.
I thought that was a great idea, and then they fucking dropped that shit.
Oh my god!
The whole ending was stupid as fuck, dude. The whole ending was so bad. They're like, it'd be cool if we had a meta conversation and told all the fans, fuck you all. We're going to do this. And it's like the only reason why they did that, and I'm going to tell you why, is because the director of that show wants it to be where the first person to break the fourth wall is going to be She-Hulk, not Deadpool. In the MCU, it's got to be that reason. The only person that can break the fourth wall first is going to be a woman, not Deadpool. Because Deadpool, we already know he does that, but it wasn't part of the MCU. So they're going to make it She-Hulk, and then they're going to brag about it. They're going to be like, you watch. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing that they're like, oh, I'm going to break the fourth wall, and then Ryan Reynolds is going to be like, but She-Hulk did it first or whatever. You watch, bro. It's going to be a whole joke.
She-Hulk I think, should be erased from MCU history. But you know what? We're talking shit about She-Hulk as much as we are talking. It was not as bad as Secret Invasion.
Bro,
okay.
That sucked too.
Okay.
That sucked also.
I have a question though.
Go for it.
Okay, so in your personal opinion, because I seriously I'm thinking Chris and Dell are probably the more comic book guys here. You guys cannot foresee, or you cannot tell me that like how they redid fucking Fantastic Four so many times already, and they keep fucking this shit up, and they keep remaking it, and they keep trying to get it, and they can't nail it. There's no way that they could fucking just, you know what, let's scrap this shit, pretend it never fucking happened, and let's try it again.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it with Batman. I mean,
I'm just saying, like you don't see it possibly happening, and like, you know what, like, fuck it. Like, we know we fucked that one up. Let's try it again. Like, no,
look, watch. I'm going to tell you right now. You cannot do Secret Invasion without the Fantastic Four, nor Doctor Doom. If you do it without them, 100% complete failure. In fact, the reason why I say that right now is because all the characters that are alive right now as the MCU roster were not in the original Secret Wars comic book, nor were they in the second, nor were they characters that mattered. The only one was Doctor Strange. Carol Danvers was a fucking throwaway character. X-Men, thank God they introduced them as cartoons, because like that's it. If Deadpool does not bring in like the heavy hitting comic book characters from the Fox universe and use that as a life raft into Secret Wars, then you don't have the Phoenix Force, which you got from a shitty movie. Then you don't have your Cyclops who needs to die. Like, you don't have a bunch of characters. In fact, there's a huge part with Maximus the Mad, and you don't even have him because Kevin Feige was like, fuck the Inhumans. There's a huge part with Black Panther. And, you know, because of the passing of Chadwick Boseman, they pushed a different spot of the series, which is they brought in Shuri, and she's not even a factor in Secret Wars. It's Black Panther who pulls the gauntlet up, is in charge of the fucking zombies of that time, because he is the king of the dead. There's a whole bunch of parts that they cannot get done in Secret Wars. Even the Thor core, even what Dell was talking about earlier, you can't do it.
Okay, but in the sense of like what all these fuck ups, like let's say Love and Thunder, okay, you cannot, in your mind. I asked David this one time. If you see somebody play a certain role and then you see them playing a different role in a different movie, you cannot unsee that, or can you kind of somewhat believe that character, like, oh yeah, like, you know, he's playing a different character?
So did you see the first Fantastic Four? The second one, actually. Technically the second one with Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Do you see him as Captain America, or do you see him as
Fantastic Four?
I seriously see him more as Captain America, because to me, Fantastic Four was something forgotten. Like, you know,
It's not even associated with the MCU. It's supposed to be like it's not even connected. But now that they're doing the Deadpool and they bought the rights back, now it's connected. But they already switched it out to Killmonger. So now Killmonger's fucking black.
That's exactly that's what we were talking about with oh my god,
the Fantastic Four.
No. Let me see here. Give me a second. How long ago was it? It was
2015.
No, it was you, me, and Brian. We were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I think it was you, me, and Brian like 2 weeks ago. We had the exact same discussion. Like, you thought, hey, is Deadpool a possibility of
that he's going to save the MCU?
That he's going to save the MCU? Like, you know, like, do you think that that's a possibility in the sense of, like I was trying to say, like they bring in new characters here and there, and they branch off and make new movies.
So Jay,
and hopefully that kind of somewhat saves us from the bullshit that we've been in for the past 5 years.
So I'll put this out there. I think there's possibilities that they could save the MCU with Deadpool. I think Deadpool itself will make $1 billion because it's Deadpool. Yeah. But I 100% think that if Ryan Reynolds gets the opportunity and he brings in all the major players for the Secret War that popped off, which was what was it? Was it Donny Cates or was it who was the one that wrote Secret Wars? Was it Aaron something?
Donny Cates was part of it.
Yeah, but it's I forgot who it was. He wrote the Fantastic Four, and I can't remember who it was. But if they end up bringing, like I said, if they bring in most of the people from the Life Raft, they can pull it off. Which is they need Cyclops. So if they get the original one, which is I know they're bringing him. If they get who else? Cyclops is going to carry the Phoenix Force, which is a huge part of the story. If in some way he can bring in Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four movie, who I think that guy from Nick Tuck did a fantastic job as Victor Doom. I think he did an amazing job as Doctor Doom. Really good. And I think right now would be the perfect opportunity because he played him really good back then. If you just bring him in now and make him like a badass Marvel villain and make it to where he's the God Doom, I think he could sell it.
It would be too close of time. Like God Doom probably won't be until later.
But no, it's going to be Secret Wars, and then it's going to go in. Well, remember, they were going to try to do Kang. So my opinion was I thought they were going to do they were going to switch Doom with Kang, which I think would suck ass, dude. Like, I fucking hate Kang. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I told people from the very beginning that Kang was not going to work. Because he at the time was still a convoluted character when they introduced him into the MCU. No one had wrote like a pretty definitive story about how his character works and where his character sits in the timelines. They just had him all over the fucking place. That's why he could never be a good villain compared to Thanos, compared to Apocalypse, compared to fucking Magneto and Doom.
I feel like he would have been a good character like Ronin was.
Yeah, like just a throwaway character. Like, hey, look at this guy. He can time travel. Boo, boo. Shoot him off his chair. Oh, fuck. Like, and then, let's put him in a fucking, I don't know, a vault in 1937 or whatever the fuck. Like, you don't make him the villain because, again, like, you're going to have one guy play all these different weird-ass characters, and no one knows, even in the comic book world, like us who read the comic books are still very confused about Kang's character. Because there's no real good definitive story on it until I think maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they wrote one. But no one that is watching the movies that is talking about it read these new comic books. Like, I'll admit that bitch right now. Like, you tell me anything about Captain, what's her name, Miss Marvel, the fucking Kamala Khan character, I'm going to be like, who the fuck cares? You tell me everything about Carol Danvers, I'm going to be like, who the fuck cares? America Chavez, who the fuck cares? But now you're going to...
Huh? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's the thing, though. They're bringing in a bunch of fucking characters that the basic common knowledge person, they don't even.
He's not gonna know.
They have no fucking clue who these people are.
And then they're gonna tell you that these guys are gonna carry the movies.
Carol Danvers. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like, if they bring in characters that we actually somewhat know from animations, movies, stuff like that, TV shows, I think their movies will do good. It's just that a lot of people, they have to fucking basically Google who the fuck this character is because they have no clue.
And then you Google the story and you find out that they weren't even a part of the original story of it. You know what I mean? Like they had the What If art anime, which isn't bad. It's not a bad animation. We all agree, right? The What If series is pretty good. that animation brought up the Marvel Zombies, which of course a good story, the first fucking book, and then 2 books in, like it already lost interest. Stupid fucking story. They eat Galactus. They travel across the universe. It's stupid fucking dumb story. But the first fucking set of comic books was really good. Before Silver Surfer gets there, it was really good. And now they're going to tell you, oh, dude, Kamala Khan's going to run this fucking ragtag team of survivors. She was not in that story. What the fuck is Stretchy McGee going to do?
It's crazy. How is she going to be doing this? You had her, Captain America, and fucking Photon competing
Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter.
No, but I'm talking about the last movie. Those three against a regular Ronin, and y'all had a hard time with that character, but she was going to be their lead on another superhero squad. I mean, come on there. But I wasn't bringing up Captain Marvel was a good character. Like it could have been good. I think the acting kind of sucked, or the writing kind of sucked, because I like her as a character.
Yeah, Brie Larson.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's good.
And she had potential, but the writing fucking sucked, because you need her to bring in Rogue, right? That would have been a perfect part right
That's
there.
how she gets her powers. She steals her powers, almost kills her.
Exactly. So that would have great potential to bring in the X-Men. Use her as a stepping stone, like the same way you could bring Kang to bring somebody else. Because I know Nathaniel Richards is gonna be a big issue right there with Kang. You could have used that, and then you could have used fucking Captain America to bring in Rogue. You fucking put you brought Beast right in the ending of the fucking movie. Why wouldn't you use Rogue? Like, it would have been fucking awesome.
Because Rogue wouldn't have her powers yet, would she? Yeah. Oh, I mean, she could suck people's powers, but she didn't have her like cool powers. She would have been super young. You know what I mean? She would have been like super young. She would have been like maybe like in her, I don't know, like 13, the time that Magneto thought she was hot or whatever. You know, fucking fuck Magneto. I hate the writer of this fucking X-Men series. He makes no sense. Makes no fucking sense. He was falling in love with fucking what's her face when she was like 15, 16, and everyone's like, oh my god, look at Magneto, he's got abs. I'm like, dude, you fucking retarded, dude. Like, this is like that's ugly, dude. That's like grooming. That's a fucking dude grooming a child. And they're praising it because it's like, oh, but it's Rogue or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm maybe I'm bitter. You guys can tell me if I'm being bitter about grooming.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, on my personal thing, on my thought on that, it's like I was saying, there's certain characters that the average person doesn't know, especially little kids. They don't know who some of these guys are. Yeah. My kids, I have 2 twin boys. They're identical. Okay, and these guys will watch what is it? Spider-Man Adventures and Friends or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and they kind of know who some of these characters are because they see them in the animation. So yeah, and if you're trying to get like the new generation or the new kids, well, show them the characters that they're growing up with, so that they can be like, oh, I want to go see that. Yeah. But when you bring up Kang the Conqueror, they don't know who the fuck that is. You know, you say, oh, hey, you ask them anything about Spider-Man, fucking Rhino, stuff like that. Yeah, that's the shit they fucking know. Venom, Carnage, you know. But when you start bringing all these absurd characters that no one really has heard about, that's where they kind of like, you know what, is it really worth watching? And go for it.
And you know what, I've talked about it with David, because David, of course, like, he's been on my podcast a million times already. He's literally, I need to make him a cartoon character also, dude.
Bro, for real.
For reals, I need to put him in the logo and everything. We've talked about it before, and I think the problem with Marvel right now is they've brought up all of these characters, but during their times in the comic books, they never had their own arcs that anybody gave a shit about. Like, I could ask right now. I mean, Dell is pretty well-rounded in his comic books and his collections. Nico, you too. David, you also. You guys are pretty familiar with comic books. Name me one right now off of the top of your head that is a high-selling arc that people went out and bought a shitload with America Chavez or Kamala Khan in it. That was like a fucking, like, that was Infinity War size. That was Civil War size. Name me any of them.
I can't fucking name one.
Look, Dell's got to research it on Google, man. Look, that's
no, because I know I used to have this book, but I don't have it anymore.
But that's the problem, is you can't remember it. I can remember Civil War, and I can name a handful of fucking characters in it. You know what I mean? Goliath is in it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has a fucking comic book of Goliath. Cloak and Dagger's in it. Nobody even knows who the fuck Cloak and Dagger is.
The reason
Well, that show sucked.
Yeah, that was a bad show. But we know they're in Civil War.
with American Chavez's first appearance, you have Magneto on the cover. What the fuck is it? It's
There's a million books, Del. That doesn't give me a solid arc, man.
Vengeance #1. That
Which
was
one?
the book. Vengeance #1. That's the name of the book. But
That was the arc.
The
That was the entire series.
The Vengeance run.
That's the name of the book, and the first appearance. But it wasn't because of Magneto. I think, and I didn't know about her until I think 3 years later. Oh, there's a first appearance of this person in this book.
No, but I'm talking about is like an arc, like a huge arc that they would possibly make a movie of. I mean, fucking give me like a Siege, you know, give me a Fear itself. Like, tell me something like that.
I honestly haven't read
Judgment,
any
even.
Comic-Con, I haven't read any of her stuff recently at all.
But that's the thing. Now they're shoehorning these characters that aren't a part of any of these arcs, and they're shoehorning them in as the main characters that are carrying those series. Imagine if they were to do Civil War with Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers.
Sign me up.
Right. But the thing is, they're assuming this new generation is going to be like us. Like, we'll buy comics, and this is not. They're not doing that. We are buying the comics still because we still like these other characters.
Yeah.
So, like, they're trying to. They need to meet somewhere in the middle. They need to find a middle ground between us and them. Not over. Don't try too much on one side. Try to be in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man, it pulled our strings. It wasn't a great movie. It really wasn't. But they brought all three Spider-Man together. Fuck, it's awesome. But story-wise, it's kind of sucked. Not gonna lie. And then, yeah, dude.
I was, dude. I remember we did a podcast about it. Like, and I remember I was the only one that came in, and I was like, "The fuck did I watch?"
It's the greatest movie ever, bro.
Huh?
Greatest movie ever.
Greatest movie ever. Nostalgia berries, baby.
Okay, but that falls down to what we were talking about. That was more of like what you said with Deadpool and Wolverine. You get several characters together that people want to fucking watch. Yeah. Same thing. The possibility of like, are you fucking serious? All three Spider-Mans are gonna show up on this film? Yeah. Dude, you could have written the shittiest fucking storyline and people still would have gone to go see it. Why? Because they wanted to see what the fuck was gonna happen with three Spider-Mans in one movie. Like, you know, like, holy shit. Like, the
you remember how it almost broke the internet when they released the trailer and there was like things missing and people were like, no, look at this. Exactly. Look at that. There were people going crazy, dude.
Look at the shadow.
I mean, look at this shadow.
To jump up to that, right? With the Deadpool was so good it made secondary characters good. Like, Domino has become more popular.
Fucking awesome. They wrote her so good.
Exactly.
Even the Juggernaut, Colossus, bro. Like, all of them are written so well.
Was it? Even Brad Pitt was pretty funny, right? I mean,
it came out for 5 seconds, man.
5 seconds.
Everyone was blowing up.
You know what, Del? Even with that, like, who would have given a fuck about Shatterstar, dude? You know what I mean? Nobody even know who the fuck Shatterstar was, and then he's in the fucking new movie.
Dude, and that first appearance went from like a $10 book to a $40 book.
$40 book with that great movie, dude.
Just because they wanted to have Spider-Man would drop, blah, 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 and having Miles Morales pop in for a second. But they didn't have Miles Morales, really. I understand that they did, but they still don't know what they're going to do with that character.
The reason why Miles Morales even casually pops in is because they're going to kill off Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Because he's the one they're going to kill, and that's going to be the universe for Miles Morales. Mm-hmm. That's why. But they just haven't found the right actor yet, and they're trying to squeeze the fuck out of Tom Holland. But Tom Holland's already said it before. Like, he's already like, well, I can't wait for them to introduce Miles Morales. And we all know, comic book wise, that when you introduce Miles, that Peter has to die. And he just so happens to be the most perfect Peter Parker. Like, he's the one that's kind of done it all, and then he dies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but he's the one that's kind of done it all. And the reason why I think it's going to be this one is because in the last story, we all saw that everybody forgets who he is, but this Peter Parker knows everyone's secret identity. He knows everything. If he sees an Otto Octavius pop up, he's like, yep, I know that dude. If there's a fucking Green Goblin, yep, I know that dude. Osborn's dad, he's going to be a fucking crazy motherfucker that I got to take out. He knows all of them. Nobody knows who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he has the advantage. You got to take a dude out like that.
And then Craven's coming out, so
Craven's gonna suck dick, dude. Who the fuck cares about
Best
PETA?
movie ever, bro. Right next to Love
PETA,
and Thunder.
PETA Black Widow, dude. Who the fuck cares about PETA Black Widow? Hey, but the trailer looks pretty good. That guy that's acting out the role is really badass.
He is, but
Yeah, this is gonna be such a waste of a movie, dude. Such a
Anyway,
waste of a movie.
I gotta go because my food's ready. My wife
Damn, boy.
she gave me a signal like 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, I don't want her coming back.
Just eat it on fucking shot, man. Good now.
I've done
Fuck
it, but she
bro.
wants me to go.
I know. Hey,
It's
before
not
you,
the same when you reheat it, bro. It's not.
before you go, give me your opinion on Joker 2 and why it's gonna suck ass, dude.
I actually am happy. At first, I hated it. I hated like the thought of it, but it has potential. Honestly, it does. I hate how they're making Harley Quinn as a fucking regular person and not as Doctor First.
Yeah,
Right?
that's already a huge
But-
fuck up, dude.
Yeah, that is. But if they can focus on the, you know what? My thoughts are still scrambled.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay, what do they need to focus on other than them already fucking up the main part of the story, dude?
I mean, it's gonna be a different thing. It's not gonna be. It's not part of DCU. It's not part of DCEU. Joker itself is a wholly different thing. If
He's
they,
still-
ha-
he's
if
still
they
the
did,
Joker. She's
if
still
this-
Harley Quinn.
hold on, but if they didn't name this movie Joker, and they didn't have the Joker and the Harley
I
Quinn
agree.
names, this would have had great potential. So I'm gonna see it that way. Like, okay, I'm gonna block out their names and see as two psychotic people going into their own little worlds. I want to be like a little Shutter Island kind of situation. I'm gonna do my best because I feel like Lady Gaga could be a great actress in certain things. And obviously Joaquin, he's fucking good.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be shitting on DCU as much as it's been. Like, there's nothing good going on with DCU so far, other than Peacemaker, and that's a long shot.
Yeah.
So
Huge long shot, right?
and so I'm hoping this will be like a soft opening to DCU. Like I'm hoping that it exceeds expectations.
hoping,
I
bro.
hope it goes from a 4 expectation to like maybe a 6.5. That's what I want. I really hope this whole what's it called musical part is just like a little bit of here and there, like just sprinkled in, not over fucking doing it. I hope. I mean, it can't be worse than Cats live action. I'm telling you this right now.
Can't be worse than what?
Cats
Cat.
live action.
Cats, the movie Cats?
Yeah,
Why
the
would
live
that,
action one.
that movie fucking ass. It's not a DC
Exactly.
movie, man.
But I'm saying it can't be worse than that one,
Talk about
musical
the
wise.
musical.
I would've
Musical
just-
wise.
I would have said like, well, it can't be worse than the Snyderverse or whatever the fuck. Like,
That's fucked up.
could have chosen something closer, fucking Aquaman 2 or whatever.
I enjoyed Aquaman
Birds
too.
of Prey.
I didn't get to watch it.
I knew the movie was gonna be wacky, so that's like Birds of Prey
Wacky?
too. Birds of Prey, yeah, I give you that one.
Yeah. Oh, Birds of Prey. Yeah, Birds of Prey is another one that's silly as fuck. But like, okay, so I get that. I get that it's supposed to be like set in another universe or whatever. But again, it's like, why didn't the director just say, hey, well, you know what? Fuck you, DC. I'm gonna do my own thing. This guy's name's Arthur. This other chick's name's
Yeah.
fucking Sonya. Like, and just do his own thing and make a great fucking movie. Why fuck up the Joker and Harley Quinn while they're barely trying to revamp the DC universe and make everybody super fucking confused? I do a podcast just for fun, and people were going, hey, how do you think what Joaquin Phoenix and Robert Pattinson are gonna do? And I had to explain to these people they're not correlating. Like that Joker character would be 80 years old in the
You know what?
fucking Robert Pattinson movie.
I
And Robert
wish
Pattinson's fucking stupid as Batman. He's good as Batman, but he's a dumbass Batman, dude. Can't solve shit.
No,
Literally,
neither
the
does-
killer was right across the street in the second story of the hotel. He didn't even notice that shit. That would have been the first fucking thing. He got the picture of the dude with the chick at the beginning of the movie where he beats the fuck out of her, and he's like, did he not choose to figure out the vantage point first? Like, that would have been like, where was that picture taken from? And then you go to that fucking place and you figure out the fucking movie.
Fucking Inspector Gadget
I-
over here. Hey,
Oh my God.
I want this. I have a new thing for you for next week because it's too late for you to do it. So I'm gonna leave right now. But
Okay.
there was a recent poll for the worst Batman live action Batman.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, you saw it. I know it had Ben
Affleck.
Affleck. Ben Affleck was the worst, and then they had Patterson, whatever, second to the worst. And you're surprised. I had Bill Kilmer as the worst one. Oh, it's perfect, baby.
Bring her on the show.
Yeah, they're getting mad at you, bro.
Yeah, bring her on the show.
So Val Kilmer to me was the worst, and then I had Clooney, then I had Affleck, I had what's his name?
The old school 70s. Adam West.
Adam West, and then I had The Dark Knight, and then I had well, I know Michael Keaton was my number one.
Yeah.
So my list compared to this was a lot fucking different.
Way different. Yeah, way different.
So that was a good topic for you to have one of these days, or check it out so you can talk about it. But
yeah, well, definitely. We'll have that next week because that's a good thing. Because like I think Adam West would probably be my second one. Ben Affleck would probably be like third or fourth. Christian Bale's Batman was good, but I just thought he was a silly guy to play the role. There was only one part that he did that was good detective. He'd be like fourth. Robert Pattinson would probably be my weakest because he's the stupidest, because he's not a good detective, like I said. But that's the writing. And then my first would probably be Michael Keaton. Yeah. Val Kilmer, George Clooney, they're kind of like mid. I think Val Kilmer was better. I just like Val Kilmer. George Clooney did really good with the silly Batman, like the kind of Adam West. So he's up there, but Adam West, like, he takes the cake, man. That guy was so good at his thing. Like that to me was Batman. That age of superhero was always like the best for me. So, Del, I know you gotta get going because your wife's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So.
It's good, man. Good belting. I'm good. Good chanclazo, dude. Thank you for jumping on the show, Del. Where can we find you? Where can they find you on your podcast? Hit it, dude.
Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central with a comic menu. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Nice.
This week we are having a couple of artists on there. They're dropping a new exclusive for Enitron. Hold on. No, I'm before I get off because his name is Joel Doyle and Chris Willis. They're both going to be on, and my friend Greg Haw. They made an exclusive where are you? And they have an exclusive for Energon Universe #1.
Nice.
So that's going to be
Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers.
Nice.
So they're dropping an exclusive for that one for the #1. It looks awesome. Where's Drag tonight? Easy Rob. Caesar's not on here. It's just me by myself. He'll be on with us on Wednesday. I probably won't be on that show on Wednesday because Caesar will take over. I have my kids' fucking games all week, so he's been the champ and just being by himself and the guys. But we'll be there every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. We have all these stuff lined up. We are going to have another drinking draw in June for Voices Against Cancer. Last time I got shit-faced on the show.
Oh, no.
But we raised like $500. That was worth it.
Badass.
every shot, every $10 shot. But with that being said, I got to go. Thank you, Chris, David.
Del, you got to let us know, man. Anytime you guys get people that want to just do shows and shit like that, I'm always Sunday. We're just running and gunning. We bring, people on the show whenever they want to bounce in. If you got people that like to come in and talk shit, like, you know what's up. You know what's up.
Brandon is a great guy to get on. He usually has a lot of. If you have anything about Star Wars, I suggest bringing Brandon on. He has his own retailer. He's Mad Viking Comics. So,
yeah, Brandon. If you're on, if you want to come on next week and hang out with us, hit me a DM, hit me a private message. Let me know what's up. We come on every Sunday night, Texas time, 8:00 p.m. If you want to come on and join us, man, we come in and we just talk shit. Just like you saw today, man. And as you can see, I got Del to fucking flip out a little bit on some of the conversations, which is we want to take him out of his environment and get him a little uncomfortable and get him riled up. Just what we do. It's what we do. So,
but anyway,
let me know what's up, man.
Thank you very much. I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Laters, brother. Good having you, man. Thank you so much. All right, man. Boys, it's back to us. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? That's crazy. Like your Batman stuff, like that'd be an interesting conversation. I would love to actually have that. But we're going to save that for the next time. And I want to throw this out there right before we start. Last topic conversation. Is Ashley getting mad too or what?
Bro, she was freaking out because there's a cockroach on the floor.
Oh.
Why don't you?
Those are what we call pets in the valley.
Yeah.
Put a leash on that bitch, man.
She was fucking panicking, bro. I was fucking having a field day with the shit.
No.
That's funny. I'd burn my whole goddamn house down, dude, if I got a roach in it, dude, if I can't find it. Yeah, dude, if that shit like coals under something and I can't find it, I'll flip the bed, dude. Nope. I'll smash holes in the wall, dude. Right, Nico knows what's up too. He's like,
dude. I can't go to sleep if I see one. I will stay up all night long.
No.
I'll freak out, dude.
You're all macho and shit until that fucker flies, bro.
Yeah, once that shit pops wings, you're like, you got a whole new way to take God in, man. You know what I mean? Like you just freak out. Last part of the conversation, guys. Speaking of Marvel and the idea of Deadpool coming in and doing some crazy stuff with rearranging the Marvel landscape, there are a lot of talks and a lot of rumors and things that are kind of coming to fruition that Chris Evans is going to be making his return back to Marvel as Captain America. How do you guys feel about this, though?
Fuck yes.
Dude, are you excited? Like, okay, so like, I gotta ask, like, are you guys Chris Evans fans? I think everybody, of course, in the Marvel universe loves Captain America. I think he's one of those things, like, since our grandfathers loved him, we love him as little boys. You know what I mean? Like, we always look up to him, you know, soldier of soldier, man of man. He's like the Chuck Norris of the Marvel universe. Like, and the reason why I say that is because he's just like, you know, super strong, throws a shield. Like, but that's about it. Like, but strategically, that guy rallies the troops. He gives us the speeches. He puts that pedestal on. You know, he's the fucking he's the dude. He's the man of man. The dude's a dude. He rallies the troops and shit.
He's him, bro.
Yeah, he's him. He's him. You know, you contemplated if Tony Stark was right or Captain America was right, just based on the fact that it's Captain Marvel. You didn't have to really think of the subject. You know what I mean? You were just like, man, dude, but it's Captain America. Like, I can't go against him.
It's
you know
fucking
what I mean?
America.
It's fucking America, dude. But yeah, Chris Evans had left the Marvel universe after Infinity War and was like, hey guys, like, you know, it's been 10 years. I've given 10 years of my life. I'm ready to go do different things. I got different opportunities. I'm ready to try new things. Of course, nobody gave a shit. Nobody hired him for anything. I think he only did the Gray Man, which I thought was good. To see Captain America, to see Chris Evans be like a complete asshole. I was so about it, dude.
Great,
I was
bro.
so fuck about it.
That's a good movie.
If Chris Evans, which he is going to make his return, how would you like to see him make his return? Because him himself said, I won't make my return unless you give me something that compels me to want to come back. What do you think that they have in the pipeline for Captain America?
I think he's gonna die, bro.
Like die? We already had Iron Man die, but he's gonna come back.
I think he's gonna die, bro.
Oh,
he's gotta die, bro.
Well, I mean, they gotta give him something, right?
Yeah, bro.
Because he's still technically still there, right?
Yeah, he's still there. He's the old man. I mean, technically, right? But
yeah. Dell, what about you? What do you think, man?
Dell's gone, bro.
Oh, Dell's gone.
bro.
Yeah, sorry. His name just rolls off the tongue. Nico, what do you think, man?
Look, honestly, the thought of him dying and passing on, of course, the shield and all that, I could kind of see it happening, which would kind of end his complete story. Like, you know, like his story would be complete now. Then he could honestly say, hey, that is my true goodbye to the MCU and the fans and stuff, you know, and that's it. Like, just hang up the shield and walk away. But I don't know, man. I seriously think take it into consideration what you just said. They never hired him for anything else other than that Gray Man one.
Yeah,
so
they did.
Really,
I want to say they did Knives Out, but like that was like right when he was still filming. But no one gives a shit about Knives Out. Yeah, like it's a cool Clue movie or whatever, but no one cares.
But that kind of falls back into what I'm trying to say, like, because in the sense of, hey, if you're not getting hired for anything else, but
what are you doing?
They're still willing to take you. Like, I'm pretty sure you still need money in your pocket. You still got to do shit. This guy has a pretty expensive lifestyle. I'm pretty sure he's basically a single playboy, you know.
True that. That's absolutely correct.
You know, so if the MCU is throwing some money at your face and be like, hey man, come back as Captain America, we got you. We'll put some money back in your pocket. You know, I'm pretty sure he's willing to go for maybe at least another 2-3 movies at least. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do see the possibility of him fucking kicking the bucket. I could see that happening though. But like I said, they're gonna try and milk him a little bit more, you know, because they know he's one of the original OG Avengers that people still want to see.
True.
You know, we lost Stark. Fortunately, they make the Hulk look like a bitch, you know, and Captain America's still Captain America.
Yeah,
you know?
and of course we have. Of course, we have the Falcon and Bucky. Falcon is now the new MCU's version of Captain America that's out in the public. And you have US Agent that's out there too, the Walker character. You know, they're out there, but US Agent killed a dude. Which is kind of weird.
What about like the whole what is it? The Britain soldier one.
Captain Britain. Yeah, Captain Britain.
Yeah, you don't see anything possibly happening with Captain America and Captain Britain, maybe a storyline in between, like the
reason why I don't see Captain Britain coming to live action anymore is because of that chick that came out of Secret Invasion. Like, they don't need a Captain Britain anymore. Like, you got a chick that has like everyone's superpowers, dude, and she's just living in Britain. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember Secret Invasion? Did you get to watch it? I forgot that chick's character, the one that was from Emily Blunt, or was it Emily Blunt or something like that?
I don't remember the name, bro. Actress. The fucking all the powers and shit.
Yeah, but she has everyone's fucking powers. You don't even need Captain Marvel anymore. You know what I mean? You don't need the Hulk. You don't need anyone. She's got all the powers. She's got Thanos' arm, I think.
But at that point, what I'm trying to say is like they've killed off, well, not killed off, but they kind of have those certain characters forgotten. They're a little overpowered.
True.
You know,
100%.
So like if they're a little overpowered, then we don't really want to use them because then there's no real threat.
Yeah, of course.
So if there's go for it.
There is in the Thunderbolts series, because remember they're making a Thunderbolts movie also. Yeah. So I know that we have Captain America 2 coming out, and then we have the Thunderbolts, which are very like street level characters, very like dudes that don't do like shit in space. They're not with like NASA. They're very much like the neighborhood Spider-Man kind of shit, where it's just like isolated in a couple of blocks, maybe, or whatever. But that's what's really cool about the like Civil War movie, or what was it, the Winter Soldier. Like the Winter Soldier movie was really good because it was all street level superheroes, very Daredevil, them jumping through buildings, and like not like where they can fucking fly from one side of the city to the next, and then they're in Wyoming, and you know what I mean? Not like super ahead of this world, right? Like the Eternals or whatever, right? What's cool about it is there is a lot of potential to bring in, like I think we all heard about it, where they were going to bring in the Sentry, right? Okay. Like the character, this dude. They were going to bring this character in, which is like a Superman version, and he was going to be in the Thunderbolts. And everybody knows that reads comic books that the Sentry he suffers from split personality disorder, and he has a demon called the Void that lives in him, which is a cosmic entity that whenever he does good, the Void automatically does bad. So like it's kind of like, well, you do this, I do that. You know what I mean? And he was supposed to be Steven Yeun from Invincible, the guy that was the one that gets his fucking head clucked in fucking Daryl, not Daryl, the one from
Walking Dead.
Glenn, yeah, it was Glenn, the Asian guy. He was supposed to play this character, and then of course I guess they were gonna make it to where like he flips out, and the Thunderbolts have to stop this guy, which is like Suicide Squad versus Superman. That's pretty much what you get, which is all right. But I'm going to show you guys what I think they're going to do with Captain America, because I think it makes perfect sense. Are you ready for this, boys?
Go. You better not be trolling, bro.
Bam.
Oh,
what?
That's the dude. Do you remember that?
Yes.
This made national news. That's this guy that's tied up is the guy that works with Jane Foster, the guy Eric Selvig, which is the dude that runs around naked in the Thor movie. You remember when they're doing Thor 2, I think, Dark World? He's a scientist guy that's on Eric Selvig. Yeah, that's him. And yeah. What happens is the Captain America is turned back into the old man, or he's turned into an old man, and they have this very WandaVision city called Pleasantville that's taken over by not Hydra but Shield, and they have a bunch of old villains, like all the B-rated villains, the street level villains, like all the Baron Zemos and all the Red Skulls and like all the low level crime guys, right? And they're all in this city, but they use the cosmic cube to change them into like normal Fallout kind of people, like 1950s kind of like selling milk and doing all that stuff. They're using the cosmic cube to reform them. And when Captain America shows up, he's super disappointed in it because he's like, "Yo, that's not right. You can't do that." And then he instantly gets Maura Hill, but he's an old man. There's a huge takeover, and in that part, Crossbones, which is the character from the one that died in Civil War, I think. Yeah. That character is about to kill him as the old man. And the cosmic cube has a sentient idea that's inside of it that's a little girl called Kobik. And she comes out and she's like, "I can bring you back to life the way you were, but I can make you better." And he's like, "Let me have it." And he brings him back and he makes him young again. And he's super strong and everything, but Kobik was raised by the Red Skull, so she automatically assumes that Hydra are the good guys. So she makes Captain America a Hydra agent. So like that's when the whole like Hail Hydra happens. It's super crazy. And the reason why I think this is such a great idea is because of Infinity War or Endgame. Captain America fought Captain America, and then he touches him with the scepter, right? Which totally erases his mind. Correct? And then right before that, in the elevator, he's the one that told those guys, Hail Hydra. So all of those guys, he tells them on the intercom, I found Loki, which means they're on their way back to get him. So the Hydra agents are going to take him to a Hydra doctor, and then they're going to implement him as a Hydra agent. So that young Captain America that's still in the timeline is going to be a Hydra agent. And then you're going to have Captain Falcon. That's you know what I mean? You see it, right? So you have Captain Falcon, who is trained by the original Steve Rogers, Captain America, who has to fight the Hydra Steve Rogers. And then later on, we'll get the Chris Evans, the real one, the old man, who reverts and gets the super secret serum back in his body or whatever. And then he's going to get young, and then we're going to get Captain America versus Captain Hydra, which there's a huge fight scene in this series that you end up having this version, the green one, right, versus the young one. So I think it's look, it's right here. He ends up fucking fighting himself. Like, so it's Captain Hydra versus his consciousness that's stored in the cosmic cube. I 100% can see this being a thing.
If they pull it off correctly, bro, it'd be good.
If they pull it off correctly. Oh, he says, what does Del say? Ramsey Ramirez was here. Ray Sablino, yes. JC Blake agreed. We missed out a lot of comments. I know, Del. It's probably because they're on your side. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Ramsey, congratulations on South Texas Comic Con as usual, bro. I knew you were gonna kill it as usual. Really, really, really. I love it, man. But yeah, I really see this being a thing. I really see them saying, all right, cool. Like that would be the greatest story in the situation for Anthony Mackie's Falcon to fight Captain America. Like 100%. That's what I think. And the cool thing is you can't compel Chris Evans to come back unless you say, hey, what if we made Captain America a villain? I think 100% he would be online if he could do that. That's just my opinion. And then they go right into Secret War with him being like a villain or a bad guy. You know what I mean? That'd be so cool. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is that a pretty good concept? Do I got some really cool like bang bangers or what?
Hey, bro, if they fucking do it, it'll come out really good. They just probably not to the T, but it would make a good storyline.
That's gonna be my pitch, so Marvel can hire me as a fucking writer, dude. That's what I need to do. I need to get a job with Marvel and fix their shit.
And then
boys, and then talk shit about them on the podcast. And be like, you guys should have hired me a long time ago. Okay, so David, let us know where we can find you. What's going on? What's up for your week? I know that you're having, you had a marshmallow roast at your business a couple of weeks ago. It's been a little bit down on the bounds, but tell us what's been going on and where can we find you, stuff like that.
And what's it called? So you guys can catch me at the United Collectors Expo, May 11th. Star Wars t-shirts, free entry. Ashley successfully identified the cockroach, so it's going to be a fun night.
Stop.
And that's pretty much it, guys. Adam Collections, we run a podcast every Friday. Lucky enough, I've had Chris and Nick on both times, so don't know what's gonna happen this week, but we'll see what happens. But besides that, guys, thanks, Chris, for inviting me. It's always fun,
brother. Thank you so much. I always
get lots of conversation, bro. It's always fun to hear. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You always get lost. Yeah, I see you. You're just like watching and stuff. Nico's fucking internet got cut. Oh no. Damn. He'll probably come right back. Dell in the comment section says, doesn't Chris and the guy from Fork It, guy in the Valley look the same? I don't know, but I know that the guy from Fork It from the Valley down here does an amazing job. He has a really badass fucking food channel review. And not only that, he is, I think, one of the videographers for South Texas Comic Con now, and they do such a good job. So shout out to him.
True.
Thanks, man. I take that as a good compliment. Now waiting on me to do food reviews. Yeah, it's gonna be really boring though, man. Because I just eat my food and I never talk. I just eat the fuck out of my food. Nico, we got you back. I knew your fucking internet was probably gonna kick you off. I saw you kind of slowing down a little bit on some of those shots.
Yeah,
but,
it was fucking lagging like crazy.
Yeah, dude. Someone throttled you, dude. Spectrum coming out to get you, not wanting you to be fucking podcast famous, my man.
Shit, it was probably my boys on Fortnite.
Gee, hey, that's good, man. Get them wins. Nico, let us know where we can find you online. Again, I appreciate you coming in again, man. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. You guys are really good.
No, first off, I'm really just on Facebook, man. It's Nico. You guys can find me on Facebook. If you guys want to bullshit, geek out, nerd out with me, just go ahead and message me, DM me. But yeah, whenever you guys invite me, they can find me here with you all. But but like always, dude, I fucking love this shit. I fucking love talking to you all.
There it is, guys. If you are on the chat still with us, there is Nico's Facebook. If you want to send him an ad or hit him up with some really fun stuff, these are his cool bikes. The bike that he just bought today. So, or actually last night, right?
Yeah, last night. I bought it last night.
But yeah, you can find him here, Nico Cantu on Facebook, guys. Add him up if you guys want to talk nerd or anything really, man, because you cover a lot of stuff. We didn't even get to talk about the HellDivers talk because we got super swamped.
Dude, I know. We got fucking sidetracked, and
I'm telling you, man.
Man, I don't know, but it's like I said, when we talk about something, it goes so smooth. The transitions just keep going, and then you find something, and it's like you said, we have like passion in certain things that we just go on. Like, and time fucking flies. I just realized we're barely going to hit the 2-hour mark right now.
Yeah, we're about to hit it right now.
You know what I'm saying? So, dude, it's just something that we're all passionate about. We love talking about it. We love geeking out, talking nerdy shit. I don't know. Like I said, whenever you guys need me, if you guys want to invite me, dude, I'm all for it, bro.
Thank you, man, so much. Guys, like I said, make sure you guys check him out. Nico's page. Adam Kelly says, hey, what's up, dude?
Hi.
What's up, Junior? What's up, man? Good to see you, my man. Like I said, you guys know where to find David at Adam's Collectibles, right? Collectibles?
Adam Collections.
Collections, all right. Yeah, and don't forget the David's podcast where you'll probably find Nico. Same thing with Dell when he pops in. And don't forget Dell too. Dell has the comic menu. You guys will find him. He commented in the chat down in the bottom. And again, we appreciate every one of you. To all our extraordinary listeners, we appreciate every one of you. Make sure you guys are being safe. Prepare for your week. And thank you guys for tuning in with us on this Sunday night. We appreciate every one of you. We'll see you again here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast. Thank you and peace.
Later, guys.
Later.